right, welcome back to the Brewed Awakening Podcast. I'm Forrest.
I'm Savannah.
John.
And welcome. Today we have a very special guest with us. He's late, but that's okay. His name is Brett Merrill. How's it going, Brett?
It's good. Glad to be here.
So if somebody just met you and they're like, tell me about yourself, what are you saying?
I am a Renaissance man of sorts.
I love that.
I'm an educator. I'm a father. Do photography as well, and I'm just always trying to learn something. I mean, that's kind of how I explain myself. I'm a lifetime learner.
Nice. It's also a Pascagoula native, right? You born there?
Yep, born there.
Wow.
Left.
So sorry.
Yeah, came back. And so.
Why you say that?
It's the air down there. I think it's all the building of ships and gas and petroleum.
Well, a lot of it's I blame it on Moss Point. It's the pogey plant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that is.
The
okay.
pogey plant is.
Pogey plant.
What is a pogey?
It's a fish.
No.
And they actually.
John's saying didn't you see it on the menu at Landmark? A pogey?
No, it's a pretty common fish bait.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fish bait.
Well, they use it. They process it at Moss Point, and they make makeup, cat food.
Makeup?
Yeah, makeup. So
That stuff stinks over there.
Hey, pick that mic stand up and get it closer to you. Hold on. So I'm going back to John now.
Yeah.
Because what do you think the percentage of people who actually like fish with bait in America? It's pretty low. It's like 21%, if I had to guess.
I have no idea, but John
What do
does.
they fish with? They don't use bait.
No, I'm saying fish in general.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Oh,
Probably low 20s.
yeah, it's a low. John's a real fish.
So that's already slicing the population down that would know pogey. And then is it like a
Looking
coastal?
at it now, I understand. There is probably not a whole lot of people who are familiar with fishing.
He looked at me like he went. It's
sorry,
a pogey, man. I just thought it was funny.
I mean, pogey. You would use pogey if you were trying to catch a larger fish.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
bigger bait.
Well, hey, I learned something today, and my brother's gonna look at this and go, "Bro, how do you not know what a pogey is?"
Right.
Well, I really wonder how you haven't been down there and been like, what the heck is that smell?
Well, that's
And then
what I was
somebody
referring
"It's a pogey
to.
plant."
Oh, I don't know. None of the locals brought that up.
Yeah, I've been told.
They're like, what smell?
Yeah, right.
The paper plant on the way down
smell
there
like
was
that.
what used to kill me going to soccer tournaments.
You had the paper plant on one side of the river, and you had the pogey plant on the other side. And when they mixed, caused a terrible smell.
So how do you deal with that as a?
We only smell it in Pascagoula if the wind's blowing out of the north.
Gotcha.
So this morning there was a slight north wind, and so you're riding through and you're like, hit you in the face.
And to be fair, around this time of year, George County don't smell too good out in the countryside because I don't know what they're putting in the fields. It's terrible.
That's that fertilizer that.
I know, but it's weird. Sometimes the fertilizer doesn't smell bad. It just is a weird smell. Mm-hmm. Right now, though, in Rocky Creek at least, it's bad.
Well, that makes
Maybe it's pogey.
Well, I wonder.
Yeah, they're probably spreading that pogey
They're
out in the
chopping up
field.
pogey
Yeah,
and
so-
putting it out there.
Well, maybe there's been a change in our fertilizer because I did hear that there might be a shortage of fresh produce and stuff because we're running out of fertilizer.
Handcrafted fertilizer.
Handcrafted pogey.
The
Bring in
fertilizer.
that pogey.
Yeah.
No, I
That
did
organic
read that
stuff.
too. I think, and don't quote me on this. I want to say it's because of that rain too. I think a lot of the crops just got completely uprooted.
out.
Yep.
It was saturated, very, very wet for a long time.
We weren't really here. We were in Arkansas,
Yeah.
and we were looking at images of 20 inches of rain. I think in that time.
It came up fast for sure. Like that big creek that's by our house, it totally went over the banks there at where it goes down or crosses Central Fire Tower Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's there was this big you could literally jump off into the creek on this really high ledge, and the water brought it up past that. And when it came back down, there was a whole sand bed on top of that. I was like, wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, I never seen
Is
the creek
26
that
still
high.
closed? Somebody said it was closed.
I think so. That's what I heard this past weekend.
How are people getting over here? They're just not.
They
They're
gotta
going
go
up to
around.
Merrill.
Yeah. Well, they got to go up, I guess, 98, or they got to go down, was that 614?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Was 26 the one that was closed
The
a
one
while back?
After that hurricane.
Yeah.
it had a big sinkhole type
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah, I remember. Coast people looking it up, and they're reading. I'm reading about people riding their boats across to go to church, just to they'd park
They
on one
would.
side and they'd ride their boat over to church
Yeah.
and they ride back. And,
Yeah. Well, historically, for 100 years, people rode a ferry, 3-car ferry.
Oh, I think I saw that in part of your little documentary.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
Kind of like history repeating itself in a
I
weird
guess
way.
so, dude.
Going back to ferries.
Ooh.
Might can make some money there. Go make you a little ferry and.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That road, because of the swamp, I think is the big problem. But the other thing is it's the last. The Pascagoula River Swamp is the last, whatever you want to call it, uninterrupted natural swamp in America. Mm-hmm. All the other ones have been, levied or whatever.
Right,
I
right.
know that.
So yeah, it's a big deal. There's a PBS documentary about it.
I love PBS.
There's
by the
the
way.
guy who, I don't know if he owned all the land. I think he did. His family owned all the land in the state, or somebody wanted to buy it so that they could levy it or whatever. He was from Laurel, actually. And he said, nope. And so he's like the main voice in the documentary. And I think he must have practiced before they came to film him in Laurel, because he's always leaning against like a brick building.
Yeah.
And he's talking like this.
Oh, I love that.
And, I just knew that it would be such an interruption in nature, Like, that's how he's talking. I mean, it's great. It's like dramatic. It's good. But
It's a big moment.
it
waited for
is.
that, yeah.
But he kind of seems like one of the good old boys you would find at the country club in Laurel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
probably does a huge favor, because, I could just imagine what recreational fishing would be like down there if that river had been, like, dammed up or changed in any way.
Yeah.
Especially the fishing after they released, what was that, the dam they opened up over in Louisiana?
Yeah.
That flooded the sound, and then it was just, the fishing was crap for like 2 years.
Are you a big fisherman?
Used to be.
You look like a fishing guy.
I used to be. I don't know. The older I get, I'm like.
You
I
had a
don't
boat.
Yeah, I sold it and don't have any more. I don't want to clean.
But did
clean
you
up
fish
everything.
off of it? Because
Yeah,
people have
yeah.
boats for different reasons, right? You don't always have to fish.
No, I mean we used to get out to the islands, or we'd kind of go up the river and just hang out. But when we did fish, I just didn't like cleaning the boat after and cleaning the fish, and it just got. I'd rather go fish with somebody else. Let them clean all the stuff up, and I'm like, you can keep the fish. I don't want it. I just
That's
want
how
to
his
do it.
dad was.
Yeah.
He would always be giving us fish, but I was okay with it.
Yeah, I used to have a neighbor that.
But
we'd
he
go-
cleaned most of the fish.
Yeah, we'd go out. I'd bring the fish back. I just give it to him. He'd clean it and he'd cook
Nice.
it, and he'd just bring me a plate of it. And I'm like, all right, cool, this will work. Like, red
Yeah,
snapper
that's how I
and
do
all
it.
that. Yeah, it's
Me and my dad would fish all day, and we'd catch a whole bunch of trout, and I'd take it home, clean it, cook it, and I'd bring them over a plate. And it's like, that was
That's the
worth all the
best.
gas I paid for to
that
take
is
that boat out.
I'll even pay the gas. I'll put the gas in your
Yep.
boat if I don't have to clean it. And I just want to do the fishing.
Nothing like some fresh fried fish that
Oh,
I
yeah,
swear.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
my favorite.
I'm huge on like fresh white trout. Like,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
such a plentiful fish down there to catch that.
Yeah,
I'm
you get
like,
on some white trout. I mean, you're bringing 100 of them back if you want to. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like you fish till you get tired.
And it's a really clean taste. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really good fish. But
Yeah.
I was going to ask y'all some questions about, like, y'all, because what was your name again? I'm
Brett.
sorry.
Brett.
Brett. Okay. So you do photography too.
I do.
And y'all went to Arkansas together, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you do. I was looking up your stuff. You do like photography. It looks more like sports stuff. Are you a coach or what's?
Yeah, so I'm actually I'm a elementary PE teacher
Okay.
for 14 years.
That sounds like fun, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you play all day.
Yeah.
Well, that's the idea of it anyway.
Yeah.
But so I've done that, and then I've coached high school football. I did that for 10 years.
Okay.
Coached high school golf for 11 years.
He's an incredible golfer. Do not let him.
Get out of here.
Do not let him graze by that.
Yeah, I'll get there in a minute. And then I've done fast pitch softball for a couple of years, and so that led me to the sports photography.
Okay.
Yeah, so mainly sports photography. That's
Yeah.
what I do most of the time. And I
you
do
just picked it up out of nowhere, or like?
Yeah, well, so it's when I stopped coaching football, I was doing football and golf at the time, and the state decided to switch the seasons. Ooh, hit my mic.
You're
It's
good.
okay.
Switch the seasons, put golf from the spring into the fall. Well, that's during football season, and so I kind of had to pick which one am I going to continue to do? And I had a really good team at the time, and golf was kind of my sport
Okay.
that I played and kind of paid for some college and different things like that. So I chose golf instead of football, but caught myself still going to all the games because I didn't know what else to do. And my dad had an old camera, and I was like, well, I'm staying kind of away. I'm gonna take some pictures, see how that goes. And I was like, this is cool. I guess it's like hunting. I'm not a big hunter. And so I guess that's my equivalent to hunting is I'm gonna stand here all night
And wait for that perfect
and
shot.
try to get the perfect shot.
Yeah.
And then so as that kept going, got a little bit better, bought a nicer camera, and then it kind of just took off from there. And then ended up getting a couple opportunities with some other people doing some stuff for other teams on the coast, and just kind of took off from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just kind of stumbled upon it.
Dude, but his Ole Miss photos, those ones you did at Ole Miss, are so
Yeah, the
good.
Ole Miss Arkansas game, that was a really, there's some good ones. Yeah, so that's kind of I enjoy doing larger events like that, but high school sports.
And
are
I
still-
saw his stuff through Jamie. Did y'all meet Jamie? I think he came here one time. Anyways, and I was like, yeah, he can photograph Germans drinking.
Yeah, and a lot of that, so when we went to the Dominican, a lot of that was kind
I
of.
forgot about that.
So we went to Arkansas too, but we met.
Okay, yeah.
I guess we really met in the Dominican.
We met at the airport.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
So
yeah.
For
y'all
the
haven't known
first
each other
time.
long?
No,
4 months, 5
Okay.
months.
Yeah, we briefly met back a while back.
A year ago
Yeah,
at a game. Because I was doing a documentary
Yeah,
on
yeah.
a game and you were photographing it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Jamie was like, hey, this is Brett.
Right,
He's an
right.
awesome photographer. And I was like, sure. Peace. I'm kidding. No, we
Big
did
league
meet.
man walked off.
But it's like a football game. So we're busy. He's busy. And that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then the first time I actually met you was
Was
at
that
the.
the-
No, okay. Now I'm remembering. We all met at Jamie's office
That's
and
right.
drove to New Orleans that night and slept. All 4 of us. Was it 4 or 5 of
it's
us?
4 of us.
4 of us in a hotel room.
Yeah, you slept on the floor.
I slept on the floor. I gave everybody the beds and slept on the floor.
Oh, that is a big thing to do, sleep on the floor.
Oh, he looked real comfortable over
I
there.
don't. Oh, I can't stand the thought.
I didn't mind a bit. The only thing I will say about that floor in that Best Western or Red Roof or whatever it was I was freezing because I was right next to the air conditioner.
That's what I was about to say. That's the one huge perk about sleeping on the floor. You get right up next to the AC, throw a sheet over it.
Yeah, it didn't bother me, but and I knew
It
I
was
was
only
gonna.
like 4 hours. 3
Yeah,
hours
we only
or
got like
whatever.
3 to 4 hours
Yeah.
of sleep, and
Wow.
then we all got up and got on and that was the first time Trey had ever met anybody.
Yeah.
We knew each other for 2.5 hours, and then we're all asleep in a hotel room
together, yeah.
together. And then, then we got on the plane. Getting in the Dominican was fine. Getting out was a whole nother story.
Yeah, that was an adventure.
Wow,
So-
that is really cool. So that is a bizarre way to actually meet, but
Yeah.
okay.
But we would have been lost without this guy there because everybody did good, but like there's always that one guy who's like super reliable on a team, in my opinion, and that was Brett.
Oh, good job, Brett.
I think I'm just punctual. That was it. Yeah, it was a
I like.
I'm
reliable.
punctual too, but at the same time, like I can't be the only one.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
share the load.
Yeah, I'm over here with these people, and they're texting me saying, "Hey, we need y'all to come photograph across the resort, which is like a 20-minute walk." And I knew Brett was like always ready. I'd be like, "Hey, can you go do this?" And boom, he's gone. Now, to be fair, Trey was great, Jamie
Yeah.
was great. Sorry guys, but this
Yeah.
is my time to brag on Brett, so you'll have to come on later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the
so-
Dominican was really fun. I would recommend it to anybody.
Yeah, it was a beautiful.
Of course,
place.
all of our stuff was paid for. So.
Yeah, beautiful place, and that was, and we got down there, and it was I'm mainly doing sports photography at the time, portrait type stuff, and I did maybe one wedding, but nothing like that fast paced. And so that first day there was kind of like, whoa, everybody I'm taking, I took like 3,000 photos like the first day, and he was like, hey, whoa, like slow
Slow
it down a
down.
little bit. Like,
Well,
go through it.
we have to edit them
Yeah,
and
yeah,
have
yeah.
them on the site by
Yeah, look at
the
all
next
these.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I learned a lot from just that first day of like, hey, back that up a little bit,
Yeah.
and don't shoot in.
But see, now you've set the precedent because I was kind of under the assumption I was going to have to edit all the photos myself, which was fun. Kind of like sleeping on the
Yeah.
floor. I was just going to do
Yeah.
it. But Brett was like, no, I can edit my photos. And I was like, are you sure? And he said, yeah. He got them done within like an hour. And I was like, oh my gosh, dude, this is going to change the whole workflow because we can edit our own photos. Of course, I still had to edit
Right.
anybody else's that took them, which they really didn't.
I think it was just me and you,
Really,
yeah.
really just me and you. And then, when Brian came with me to Arkansas, I was like, hey, by the way, any photographer who comes edits their own photos because
Yeah.
Brett did it. But he was cool.
That's a good idea, actually, for your sake, because I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
You
most
need to
photographers are editors because they edit their own photos,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and that helps them not take as many.
Yeah.
They're being conscious of it because they're like, well, dude, do I really want to edit 3,000 or 1,200?
Right.
Not only that, they get to deliver the finished product. It's not like, here's my unfinished product. Go ahead, finish it for me.
Right.
I think the only person was Marty in Arkansas because he didn't have any he didn't have experience editing, so I wasn't gonna throw him to the wolves. But
yeah, and then that's a little weird. Like when here's Marty's card. Like, all right, let me go through it, and I'm like, well, I don't know. All right, yeah. So I go through it and pick some, and get them out. But yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. So now on, any photographers that come with me on gigs, just know you got to edit photos thanks to Brett.
Yeah, and I've gotten a lot quicker too. Like even since the Dominican, I know one day I was like, man, I went through like 10,000 photos in a day, like, and got it down to like maybe 250 or something like that. And
yeah, they want it culled down pretty good. They still want good photos of everybody, but it's almost like a giant wedding.
Yeah, and that's
your snap. You can't redo it, so it's better to just snap, and then okay, I've got 5,000 photos, but out of that, I can get the 250 I need. If you only take 350, you kind of there's not a lot of wiggle room there.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part.
Yeah. So that was fun. Yeah. So I'm learning a lot just from getting those opportunities.
Yeah. So whenever y'all are doing photography, so there's different there's the portraits where you're able to stage everybody, and there's also like the live events. What do y'all feel like it allows y'all to be like? Do y'all tap into a creativeness, or or does it feel more like it's like a routine? I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, probably a little bit of both. I know with the portraits, and I don't do a lot of like the backdrop stationary type
like this
portraits.
here.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I will, but most of mine are like the creative side comes out when it's like, hey, we want this. We don't care how. And so I'll find somewhere around that, like, we can make it look like this, we can do this. And so we'll station somebody over in a field over here and play with lights and stuff and try to make it look a certain way. So that creative, I guess, comes out. But when you're doing, like, candid shots of people, that gets a little, like, kind of stagnant. But, I don't know, and then Trey that was with us kept making a joke. He kept calling me a ninja because he'd look up and I'm kind of climbed up on top of something or hiding behind people. And so like, it's like just moving around trying to find different angles and stuff so they all don't look the same. So I guess that's the creative side of the...
Well, and with the candid stuff, the creative part of it to me is it's harder because you've got to capture a natural moment and to kind of tell a story. And the picture of yours that comes to mind is that guy in the pool. This guy's wearing like a rice hat. You know what I'm talking about? A pointy little rice hat. And there's a pool party going on. It's like 300 people in a bubble bath. I mean, it's like crazy.
Okay.
And at point, like
weird.
I know it is weird.
I was going to say that.
But you can straight up hide in this thing and never be seen. There's so many bubbles. They're just doing bubbles in it. Well, this one guy he's just chill. I mean, he might have been stoned. I don't know.
Was he even Life Plus? Like,
I don't even know. But he would just keep popping up like a turtle with that little hat and these shades on. And that picture you took perfectly encompassed him. Yeah. And so to me, you probably don't think it was very creative, but when I saw that photo, I said, dude, that right there is that guy's like profile pic. Yeah. But again, you would have to know him and know the situation for it to be even relevant to anybody. If I showed it to you, you'd be like, okay, it's a guy in a bubble bath.
Yeah, he's got this hat on and all you see is like from here up. And
but everybody's dancing. Like there's dancers, there's a DJ, and everybody's just doing
like
this.
A real big party. Like
a giant party. They're all dancing. This guy's just like this. Floating, and you would every now and again you would see his head appear,
just kind of pop up like a turtle.
I just find it so interesting that a like company like Life Plus, which is like a supplement thing, but they just go like they do that.
We also
celebrate.
We also found it very interesting.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah,
I know. At one point we were in Arkansas. We just looked at each other and we're like. Kind of just started laughing because we're like, well, how did we get here?
What are we doing
How did we get here? Like, this is a...
Yeah, and dude, you want to talk about somebody who was floored at the whole thing was Brian.
Yeah.
At one point, I was like, okay, bro, I know it's crazy. You don't have to tell me again. It's like day 4.
I think he was having he had a complete culture shock. He really did seem like...
Yeah. Well, it's so weird because the Dominican is obviously like beachy, tropical, and then you flip it to what I would call old money fraternity country club in the middle of the Ozark Mountains on a island Like think Clinton's in the 80s.
Yeah.
That's where they would have been hanging out, is this place we were at. And
It just gets weirder and weirder the more you describe it, honestly. Like, I'm starting to feel like
picture what
you
the
said
Clintons were like in the 80s.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
an island.
but
What?
they were there a lot, and that's
yeah.
kind of why I referenced them.
Wow,
but it feels
okay.
that way too, you know.
yeah.
It's like you could find some old politicians hanging out there.
Yeah,
It wouldn't surprise you one bit when you go there.
I feel like there might be some trouble there, but
Well, there's apparently tunnels under the hotel, and there was
Yeah.
all kind of lore that surrounded it.
Yeah, which we didn't really get to find, but
Yeah, we tried. We
ooh, that'd been fun.
we talked to a manager, and we were like, "Hey, can we go look at the tunnel?" They're like, "Yeah, they put 4 locks on it." I was like, "Well, dang it."
yeah, so we'll find it
You
eventually.
also
Yeah.
broke in. Just
yeah,
it caught you in the middle of breaking one of those locks.
This is totally irrelevant and a complete side note, but this made me think of the underground pool at the
Oh, at Lucedale.
yeah. Somebody sent me a video of they went underneath the gym and was able to video underneath the gym and what it was like. So I will have to pull that and
Yes,
let you
I would like
see
to
it.
see this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyways, back to Arkansas, right?
Arkansas.
Yeah,
Arkansas.
No, back to that though. I want to see this video.
Well,
Yeah,
I need to
that's
go, I had to go through my phone to find it.
Yeah, find that
I think
thing.
she sent it like through TikTok. So
Because I did talk to one of the school administrators, and they acted like it wouldn't be a problem for me to go look at it.
Let's do
I
it.
was
That'd
like,
be
I want
cool.
to take a camera, but I got to take like a crew. Speaking of though, me and Brett are starting a new venture together.
yeah, tell me.
We need to put it on the calendar so we can
Yeah,
just
we need
do
to-
it. I thought about making you do it today.
Yeah, we need to do something with it. So
So I started a brand just for fun. I think it was last summer. I was on a cruise ship and I woke up in the middle of the night and had this like idea of like everybody eventually owns an apparel brand, right? Or should.
Okay.
I mean, you guys technically do.
Okay.
yeah, look, I mean, he's got it on right now. It's a
But
Opossum
I had this idea. I was like, dude, if I ever owned an apparel brand, I would want it to be golf. But I want to like throw a wrench in it, you know, because golf is all like polos and I mean that's fine. I like those, but I was like, I want to like make it cool. So I started this Instagram page called Drip Fade. It's actually pretty. I went and looked the other day. I was like, dang, this is legit because I
Yeah,
was like
it's a-
posting every day for a long time, and I was acting like it was a legit brand.
yeah, he's got followers and like
Yeah,
it's
but
a
I
whole-
have nothing to sell. I have nothing. I was going to just build it up first. And then if the interest was big enough, like, hey, where the heck do we buy these shirts?
Yeah.
Then like get on the ball of that. But in doing that, Brett was looking at it and he was like, dude, this is like legit. But we're going to do a YouTube channel that's Drip Fade.
Fade.
And drip meaning clothing. Fade is like a type of shot you do in golf.
Okay.
I guess a slice would be like the...
a slice would be an overly fade.
Yeah,
I guess
slice
it's
is like what you don't want to do. But if you fade it, it kind of drifts to the outside, or outside of your shot,
away from you. Yeah.
away from you. So, anyways, we got to get on that, man.
Yeah,
And he's got a lot of golf contacts too. So we've got a couple little pros slash semi-pro golfers we could probably get on there.
I totally think
Yeah.
y'all should do that because I mean I'm not a sports person at all, but some of y'all's clothes do look uncomfortable. Like I do not want to wear polos out and about. In
I
this
think
heat.
polos look lame. They're actually very comfortable.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot.
They're the most
better, yeah.
comfortable. Maybe
Really?
you're thinking of like the material they used to
Yeah.
use. Now it's all like this really
haven't
light dry
like the
fit.
wore
same as like
polos
this,
since high
it's a-
school, I guess, but yeah.
Oh no, those polos are not. They don't. I don't know if they sell those anymore.
Yeah, these are
I hope
like
not.
they're stretchy, and I mean it's
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
lightweight.
collar that throws most people off, and it's like, oh, that's lame. But
Do y'all
But, you
wear
know-
two collars? Like, do you do double polos?
absolutely,
That's some, yeah.
on drip fade we do. It's a,
drip fade. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, do y'all remember people doing that?
yeah,
Okay.
when they were popped up. And
That had to have been really hot too.
I don't understand that. At the time, I didn't understand it. I was like, I'm not wearing two shirts.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear this shirt.
Yeah, that was like 2000, what, like 6 or something?
Probably.
yeah, around then, yeah.
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 Weird times.
The whole American Eagle with the.
Two colors.
Now to be clear, drip fade will have your classic polos,
Yeah.
but I wanted to have like cool stuff on it. So like, you know, it's got like little patterns. Like one of them could be like a possum smoking a cigarette.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Just kind of throwing a little bit of like rebellion into golf.
Could
Yeah.
you
Which there's
do-
already brands
Yeah.
doing that, but
Yeah, you do it small enough to where like you look at the shirt, you can't tell.
when you get up close,
you're
you're like, what is that?
What? Yeah.
What about button up like a beach shirt? Could you wear that?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And then just like knitted shirts are a big thing in golf. I really like Japanese golf culture. If you ever go look at that, they have got the fashion on point.
They would.
Yeah,
So,
they do some of the like the mock neck. Which I
yeah.
think that'd be cool to do.
The Japanese know what's up when
They
it comes to
always
the
do.
golf fashion.
No.
Yeah, which
Check-
their whole way they play golf is insane. And they play 9 holes and they stop and eat, like have a full meal.
Yeah.
And
That
then
sounds
they go
like the way
back
to
and
play.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have
If I ate a bunch, I
and
don't
you
know
have
if I'd
like
wanna
the
go
you have a
play.
caddy that's
Yeah.
assigned to you from they do like a sauna session in the morning.
Yeah,
So
before.
before. So it's literally if you go play golf there,
a
it's not
day.
like, hey, I
It's a
just need
ritual,
to do
huh?
yeah, I need to do 9 holes real quick. They're like, oh, so sorry, no.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you start at 8:30 and there's a breakfast and there's a sauna session. Then you do your 9 holes, then you do your lunch, and then there's a tea time after the 15th hole.
Right.
Kind of like a spa day.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
mean,
was
it
say. It's
really
like a
is.
spa
It's a whole
day.
day. Like it's not.
And it's actually kind of cool. Cause
I
it's
love
like,
it. It's the way
yeah.
golf should be. And you walk.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
you-
also that's one thing I'm a little bit of a traditionalist when it comes to golf. Number one, I need the exercise, so I'm like, okay, here's how I'm going to get 18,000 steps with a 30-pound bag on my back. But it's a walking sport.
Yeah.
These golf carts, I understand that we need them and all that good stuff, but
I want a golf cart.
golf carts just on a golf course to me diminish a little bit of the integrity of the game. And I'm not like at a country club where it's mostly older people. Yes, golf carts all the way.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
about
slower
to
by
say,
down. Yeah,
isn't the majority of the golfers in need of a golf cart in order to get from hole to hole?
I don't know if it's the majority. I don't know if it's the
I think
majority.
he's making an age joke.
Like,
There's
what,
definitely
what would you
some,
say
yeah.
the average age of a golfer is?
40.
Yeah.
40.
Okay.
Average.
Yeah, like as in, yeah.
Yeah. I'd say
So there's
40.
a whole lot of 20-year-olds and a whole lot of older people, but most of them are in that 40-year-old.
And you'd be surprised at how many older guys walk. They have
Yeah.
push
Yeah.
carts
That's
and they
their,
walk.
Like, yeah, it's their exercise.
That's their exercise.
noise.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that I'm just a purist in that way.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
I wanna walk.
I walk all the time. I don't walk as much as I used to, but there's a.
It makes you hit better shots too, because if you hit a janky shot with a golf cart, it's no big deal. It's like a 2-second ride over there.
Yeah.
You hit a janky shot walking, well, now I've got to walk 50 yards to the left with my bag, and I'm pissed off.
And everyone watches.
Everybody
you walk
watching,
all the
and when
way.
there's people behind you, like ready to tee off.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Sounds like fun.
to me, walking makes the whole game better.
I've
Yeah, it
never
does.
been to
I enjoy
golfing.
walking.
I need to do this. It seems
should.
like
You need to play some golf. Hey, and that's the cool thing about the channel we're going to do is I'm terrible. I mean, I played a
He's not
little bit
ter-
of
he's not
high school.
Terrible. He's not terrible.
I'm terrible. Actually, I did beat you guys on that one hole we went and played, which blew my mind.
That's true.
But I'm just not a good golfer. Brett is, so I think that's a good dynamic. Like we've got somebody who can actually, he's a stick, he can actually swing the thing and put it close to the hole. And you got me who's looking for their ball, and hey, you got an extra ball.
Yeah. Nope. Only brought one. So.
And then we can bring on people like Savannah who like never been to a course and get her reaction to the etiquette and like
Yeah.
the bar cart. They have a bar cart that drives around and they'll stop and say, "You need a drink?" and they will make you a cocktail.
Yeah, it's like being on an
that's
airplane.
really cool.
Honestly, dude, like-
I've never been on an airplane, so
Well, we need to fly to a golf course.
We need to fly.
We are uncultured people here.
he's far more cultured than I am. He's got some more like he's been around the world.
No, I have
but-
played at a golf course before. I guess it just wasn't as fancy as that one.
Did you play golf there? Or
Yeah,
you just played.
I played. I guess 9 holes. It was in Hawaii on a Marine Corps base.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was just beautiful just to walk the course because I was horrible at golf and I think I only made it through like 3 holes before I lost all my balls. And I was like, well, I guess I'm just walking the rest of the way.
Yeah, and see the walking. There you go. That's
Yeah.
that's
But
that's
yeah,
what
it
we
was
do.
pretty cool, but no bar carts or anything, unfortunately.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that
It's kind of a newer thing, I guess, in the last 10 years.
golf courses. I've heard that that living close to one is actually dangerous because they use so much like pesticides and stuff for their grass and keeping it up, and that it somehow gets into your water if you live like within a mile radius, and it could lead you to having like cancer. So there's that.
Jeez.
Well, I live close to a golf course, so it's.
I
I live
don't-
close to Chevron too, so I mean, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's
We're all-
Microplastics.
I got it
and
coming from everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah, let's be honest though. We are all
probably
like
already
just
have cancer.
consuming so much. Like you literally can't go to Walmart and buy food without it being poisoned. So,
Yeah.
but
And McDonald's has raw chicken if you ever need any raw chicken.
yeah, I
Yeah.
would like to go to a golf course. And I would like to take a plane to get there.
Where
That
would we
be
take
cool.
her though? Like,
On a plane or just any golf course?
maybe to start somewhere around here. Take them both, obviously. But what would be a good course to take them to?
For the experience or for the
experience.
Like, we're not taking them to Mill Creek. I want us to do the Mill Creek
Oh,
video.
yeah.
That's a
Fiji.
golf course.
Yeah.
There's a golf course 18 minutes through the woods from my house. It's in Central Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Mill Creek. And I like it because I can walk the course for $12. I
Yeah.
pay 12, and this is no bar cart, no alcohol, no. It's just an old country course. It's very similar to what Loosedale was.
Right, yeah.
But if you want to take your kids with you and practice and not, you can wear whatever you want. I mean, like golf courses, some of them, the higher up you go in quality, the more like etiquette and rules there are around what you can do.
Have to wear a collared shirt. Can't wear jeans. It's got to be.
That's
Probably
pretty
the,
cool, though.
Like laid back sports version of golf and disc golf.
Mill Creek is like that. But yeah, disc golf.
Yeah, I like playing some disc golf, and it's very little etiquette.
Tony Mason
They got
got
some
Yeah,
pretty
there's
cool
a there's a
courses.
disc golf culture here that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's growing for sure.
We have a course in town.
Just didn't get into. I've tried it.
My brother loves it, dude. He's got a bag and all these like discs.
There's a
Friends that do
couple
it.
of
Fancy
courses.
plates.
It's all about the course, I think, and like
Yeah.
the better the course, the better experience. Like there's a really cool one in Mobile, really nice one out there, and I want to say Perkinson, around like a national park where you're actually throwing, right next to huge lakes and stuff, and you're crossing waterways.
Yeah, but you throw it in the water and you got to get it. And It's not a.
Oh yeah,
I just get frustrated. Yeah.
I bet
Yeah,
they
you
have a
have to
little
get a lot
canoe just
more.
sitting there.
Yeah, the one in Biloxi was wild. It was like the first hole was on an island.
Dude, it's
it's
throw it
cool.
over the water. to-
Yeah, you had to go under an oak tree branch and across the water and land on there.
So can you like skip these discs?
Yeah.
You can get there anyway, right?
No,
Yeah.
you can throw it any kind of way you want.
Well, see, that's the thing. I guess I'm just not good at
Yeah.
throwing a frisbee. So like I'm over the top. Just
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah,
what's
trying to-
what's crazy about disc golf, it seems like, it's an easy game to kind of figure out and get to that beginner's level, but getting to that next level after beginner, it takes a lot of practice, I'm sure.
yeah, which is
I've never
Sounds
done
like
similar
golf to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anybody can play it and enjoy it, but you get to a certain level and you want to get to another one. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of work.
Yeah, and it's like there's some courses I can't play because I'll lose all my disc and I'll be going home upset.
yeah. Don't take me and let me use yours.
Yeah.
I'll definitely lose them.
But this one in Loosedale is really great. I mean, it's really hard to lose a disc there. I mean,
Well, there's no water to compete with, really.
Yeah.
The woods, you lose it in the woods.
yeah, you do throw through tree lines and stuff like that. So that's kind
Did
of the
Tony?
fun part
Did he
of
have
it.
anything to do with getting that installed?
Yeah, he had
yeah.
every bit to do with it, I think.
Yeah, I want
Okay.
to say it was part of his like high school project was creating that disc golf course or something.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And he's put a ton of work into improving it.
I saw him and like 7 guys the other day. I was walking the kids around the park, and they were about to tee off. Do you call it tee off or fling off?
A fling off, just
They're
I
about
think
to-
it's the same kind of like languages in golf.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They were about to tee off, and I was like, "Dang, there's a lot of y'all." He was like, "Yeah, it's a big group today." All right.
We should have Tony Mason come on.
We
one day.
definitely
He
have to
is-
have Tony Mason.
He is such a character.
But
He is a
he's
cartoon
huge-
character,
he's a
dude.
huge
It was so
golfer,
easy
too.
to make a cartoon character out of him.
Yeah.
So do people gamble in disc golf? Like is
I
it
don't
you
know.
bet like in real golf?
That's
Do you
big in
have, like,
golf.
You can gamble in anything.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's hard for me to play
know.
golf without like something on the line. Like,
Yeah,
like
golf
even-
and gambling are so. It's actually a problem.
No.
yeah,
I think
which-
it's a problem. I hate it. I just want to play. Plus, I'm going to lose my money.
Yeah, but I mean, but it's a simple like, all right, like we're out there and it's like
I
all
still
right,
owe you a beer,
yeah, you
actually.
do. You do. Closest to the hole, gets this, and you just kind of mix it in. But
Everything we were doing was like, okay, you see that tree out there closest to that tree. The loser has to buy this. The loser has to do
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
This gets a little. I don't
Yeah.
know.
so disc golf, if
Yeah.
I can make it around the tree, and
Yeah. I'm sure you could. I've just never. I don't know.
you need to bring it to it. You
That'd be a
gotta,
good question
start
for
it up.
Tony though, because he's so engulfed in it. Anyways, where do we take Savannah to play golf? That was never answered.
Fiji.
I mean,
Obviously.
Fiji was just a great place. I mean, if we're going local,
Tokyo.
yeah, you got your course down the road.
Does that place down there work? This golf course that I know it used to be one down by the high school. Is it still a
Oh, no.
functioning one?
No,
it
it's
should
not.
be though.
It should be.
It's a dime.
The guy who's got it, and Coach Nelson could tell you more about it. The guy who's got it's like really holding on to it, I think, for like development. So
Yeah,
they've been trying to get it for a subdivision for a long time,
wow.
and he's just kind of holding out. But
Yeah.
and there was a bunch of people who wanted to go in on it together and make it a golf course again.
Yeah.
Because I grew up going there, dude, and I know it was like a small 9-hole course, but there was something about that. They had a restaurant on the top floor and a balcony that overlooked the 9th green.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know, it was just like something so cool about it. They had a Olympic-sized swimming pool.
What? I've never been.
My grandparents were members, and I would swim in the pool. They had 3 tennis courts right by the pool.
Wow.
They had 20 to 30 golf carts. The clubhouse was awesome. I don't know, it was just a
What
lot of
happened?
good memories.
Yeah, so is the building still
we know?
there? Or?
Oh, everything's still there.
I haven't been
And
out that way in a while.
They keep the fairways mowed.
Well, see, I knew that. Somebody told, maybe Darwin had told me that.
Yeah.
They still kind of.
So when it first closed down, I think I was in the 8th and 9th grade, and I was on the golf team. And there was a deal made where we could use it to practice, but we had to maintain it. Well, that didn't last very long because we just realized like we were all going to have to be out there 2 or 3 days a week
Right.
just to mow the sucker. And so that's when they set up. I don't know if you know about the golf facility by the fairgrounds.
No, I didn't.
If you drive by it, you see it. It's a driving range. It's really nice.
Yeah.
The driving range out there. But back when I played, it was literally we would pull our cars out there. Coach Nelson would set up a bunch of buckets. He'd set up one at 50 yards, one at 1, one at 150, one at 2, and we would just hit balls, and then we had to go pick them up. I mean, that was like golf practice. And then once a week, we would drive to East Central to actually play on a real course.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
this-
the course. I mean,
That's our home course.
that could be where.
That's-
Yeah, that would be a really good
It's
course.
got to be
Yeah.
good for beginners and not
Yeah,
too much
that's a
judgment.
great-
Yeah,
like-
this one. Well, no,
high school course,
and nobody cares, dude. Like people are so concerned about what they're doing, they really don't care.
Now, I'm sure there's golf courses that if you walk up into and you break these etiquettes and you don't follow
Yeah,
certain
there is.
Yeah, they will be like, you need to leave now, sir.
Yeah, that was not Hurley though. Hurley,
Okay.
you
Yeah,
could
that's the
roll up in
kinda-
Daisy Dukes,
Yeah, yeah. it's upped its game.
and
a
they'll
little bit,
laugh
but
and they'll
yeah,
take
it's a-
pictures with you and be like, "All right, enjoy your round."
Yeah.
My
Just-
grandfather actually works there, and it's a good course to play at. It also it has a little bit of that stuff we were talking about, so you get a little taste of that. I don't know if they have a bar cart,
No, I don't think they do.
but they have a really nice restaurant inside.
Oh, cool.
To me, part of it is just like the whole experience. You know, you ain't got to be a good golfer.
That's what I want to go and experience it because now I didn't even know that they had restaurants in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
you go
I
to,
had no
you go to some
idea.
of these places and they pick you up in the parking lot and like they put your clubs on the car. Like it's a whole
Like, get up.
It
Wow.
is.
treat
That
you
is
into
so
it.
cool.
And, yeah.
and like most of the courses around here, it's not terribly expensive to have such experience. I think you'd pay if you did 18 holes at Hurley, it'd probably be $60.
If that. Maybe.
If that, yeah.
Man, it's probably not even that.
What did we pay at
Is that with
Applewood?
clubs?
Well,
Because we don't own clubs.
yeah, if you had to rent clubs,
Yeah.
I don't know. Marty rented clubs the other day when we played. I think it was an extra $35.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not bad.
Yeah,
And
not
I
bad
know,
at
I know
all.
Hurley does rent them.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
do have some they rent.
They have women's clubs, and I mean, honestly, the experience to me is where it's at.
Yeah.
Because I would love to be good at the game. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it's a.
If I could score under 90, dude, I'd probably get 2 into it.
Yeah, you will. You will. It's because it's always you're just chasing it, like
Yeah.
trying to get better and better.
So
and
you're like a
better.
pro.
No, all right, hold on.
Well, he was saying you're so amazing.
Well,
so.
yeah, that's what he keeps telling people that, and it's no. I used to be pretty good.
Yeah.
There's still a little bit there, but yeah, we're in Arkansas, and they have a driving range set up, and we're taking pictures, and these Germans are out
And Dutch.
Yeah, they're out there hitting, and like
They're terrible.
yeah.
I'll
Oh,
say
yeah?
I didn't want to say terrible, but
They're so bad. I couldn't even believe it.
yeah, and so I'm taking pictures. Well, and he starts telling them, I was like, hey, that guy over there, he's a pro. Like, ask him for help. Ask him for help. So then they're asking me, and I'm like, well, all right, I do know a little bit. And
So
like,
for the next 35 minutes, his
Yeah, I'm-
camera's on the ground,
Yeah,
and
just
he is
coaching
giving
people.
lessons.
yeah, and
That
they're-
is funny.
They're hitting them and stuff like that, and so which was actually funny because one of the guys, he's down on the other end, and he starts hollering, "Hey, coach, I hit a good one." And I'm like, all right, do it again. And then I'm like, I'm not your coach, but all right. So,
That was Felix,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah,
He's from
hollering.
Spain. Dude, they actually were
That's
improving.
funny.
They were improving.
Yeah,
Felix was like hitting good shots, and he was
Yeah,
getting
so-
so excited. He was
So maybe
running.
you are a
He was
coach.
well. He is a
yeah,
coach.
well, yeah,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
you
in
are
real
coach.
life. But
didn't
Felix
know
was
that.
running down the driving range, like getting on him, like, "Coach, I hit it like I'm supposed to hit it."
Yeah, yeah, so he tells them that, and then hey, well, why don't you hit one for him?
Oh,
I'm
dude,
like,
that was so epic.
I'm like, man, my body's older. Like, you know.
I said, I want you to smash that water tower.
Yeah. And so,
And they're all
luckily-
on the edge of their seat, just like, oh, he's going to hit it. He's going to hit it.
Yeah. So luckily, I mean, I hit it.
And it was
hit
good.
Yeah, hit it.
Good.
Dude, he
Yeah, just-
murdered this ball. It went straight as an arrow, high and far. And I was just like, dang, Brett.
Yeah. So
And he looked at me and he was like, yeah, that could have gone really bad.
yeah, it could have been really bad. Like had that not, and so
Then he started doing tricks. He was hitting them off beer cans and then shotgunning that. Then he was hitting he had one ball stacked on top of another. So when he hit the bottom ball, it went straight and the other ball went straight up, caught it in his pocket.
What?
I mean,
just-
all kind of magic.
just and then
Dude, and they're going nuts.
That's so cool. I would be going crazy.
These
too.
Europeans are like, oh my God.
yeah, which is minimal. Then you just stop and like then just let everybody keep talking about it. Don't do it the rest of the week, and because I didn't want to mess it up. And,
Yeah, you got to keep that like, don't want to kill it.
Yeah. do
See,
it
we,
once
we
and-
replaced another photography team that had been doing this for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And they apparently were just fine people, but they just came, took photos, left.
Yeah.
I think we just became friends with everybody. I was
Yeah,
playing
it's-
guitar for him. He was doing golf tricks.
Yeah, it's-
Marty was being Marty.
Yeah, living it up, and just I think it's we were talking about. I think it's the southern hospitality
Yeah.
side of it is if you're around people like
Yeah.
you're friendly. And you
Brian
just-
was talking to him about food and cooking and fly fishing. Speaking of fishing, I went fishing with Brian.
Nice.
Was it nice?
Is
I
he
mean-
is he as good as?
I
you say
mean,
he is?
he's out there just whipping it.
Where'd y'all go fishing?
We went fishing in Heber Springs, right under this big mountain. I think they call it, is it Sugar Plum Mountain? Sugar something Mountain.
Sugarloaf.
Sugarloaf, that's it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Holy smokes. And then, we're in like these little rapids. Now, when I say I went fishing with him, he fished and I made a video for Opossum Coffee.
There you
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you, by the way.
And made some coffee on the side. And I mean, it was peaceful and no mosquitoes. I guess because maybe I don't even know. There
Maybe
should have
it's-
been, but there wasn't. So we were just hanging out. I was watching him just, and he was catching stuff. Apparently he caught like the best trout of his life up there.
Nice.
Okay.
But-
Sure, yeah.
That's not something. I mean, I don't know if you've ever fly fished, but I don't.
No, I remember my dad tried it whenever I was really young.
Yeah.
And I remember watching him try it. And I was like, man, he's really frustrated with it. So I was just like, I will never probably fly
Yeah,
fish.
let's keep it regular. Yeah, but
I,
think
I
it's just
always
saltwater
grew up
and-
in saltwater, yeah. And I don't know. I guess you could fly fish saltwater.
You
maybe
can,
in the
but
river,
Yeah,
in the
I don't know-
brackish.
know why you'd want to. It's a
To me, I grew up fishing, a sinker, couple of hooks,
Right.
a little bit of a leader,
yeah.
couple of pieces of shrimp. I catch something, I cut it up, and I put that on as bait.
Yeah.
I mean, real simple, like, $15, you can have it a full day fishing.
Right.
No problem.
All right. So, what's the craziest thing you've ever used for bait and actually caught something?
Slim Jim.
I think it would probably have to be maybe a croaker head, just the head of the croaker. I just cut it off and threw it on a huge hook on the bottom, and then just kept the shrimp on top. And that big old catfish
Yeah.
latched onto it. I was like, trash.
yeah. But you caught something on it.
Yeah, I
so
did catch
You never
some.
try like Cheez-Its or like
Nah,
See, we
my
grew
dad
up-
was huge about artificial bait and stuff like that, but I was always shrimp.
Yeah. See, we grew up using shrimp, and then we got to where we'd fish with hot dogs.
Oh,
We go buy a
yeah.
pack
Oh,
of
I
hot
remember a lot
dogs.
of people doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
I've caught a lot of freshwater catfish with
yeah,
hot dogs.
Put a
and
hot dog on there. Like, that's mainly
Put
use
in
your
those
brackish water.
baskets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it on there, and
It's such a, I guess, tender material, though. I
Yeah.
would used to throw it in there and it would like come off. I mean, I guess I wasn't putting it on right.
Yeah.
well, you gotta get certain, the right kind.
Yeah.
I remember going to Piggly Wiggly in Moss Point and buying packs of hot dogs and fishing on the river up there with hot dogs and catching catfish and stuff like that. I mean, nothing really good, but the fact that we caught with a hot dog is
Yeah, that's what my dad always baited like a catfish basket on the Pascagoula River with.
Yeah.
He'd have these giant baskets because he had a boat like right in a turn where it went 40 foot straight down, and he'd drop those baskets down there and pull them up. Huge catfish coming out
yeah,
there.
that's the way to do it right there. Mm-hmm. Or catching I don't know if you ever did it. Ever go catch crabs with chicken?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
chicken
that's-
thigh, and you tie it in a
tie it on
basket.
Yeah,
just drop
or just
it on down.
drop it on the string and like just pull them up.
We caught like 50 blue crab just off of shrimp and casting it out down there at Moss Point.
Yeah.
And just reeling them back as fast as possible before they let go of it.
Yeah, and that's the same, man. Like,
And that was pretty good eating too.
Oh man, that crab was so good.
yeah, just get on there. I've seen old women out there, like, pulling them up, and I'm like, man, that looks easy. And you get your chicken and just drop it in there and just pull it up before it lets go. And
Yeah, I did. The majority of my fishing has been from the land on a
Yeah,
pier, and that's pretty. You just drop that basket on down there and just keep on fishing. Every so often, pull it up, see if there's a crab on there.
yeah,
Yeah, my dad paid for my mom's first pregnancy through throwing a net and catching shrimp right there.
oh wow,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because back then they didn't have, paid for.
His dad was crazy about fishing though. He would
Yeah,
go
he
and sit
would.
on the Biloxi pier. Is that what it is? Old Biloxi Pier Bridge? It's by the IP.
oh, the one that's like the old bridge, it's like broke.
Yes.
You can like drive halfway down it, and
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That
He would stay
Palace
all
Bridge.
night
Yeah.
long, literally all night long fishing.
And he had lost his leg about 10 years before that. And he was still wanting to take the boat out like every single weekend. And he's like, well, I got to have help in order to launch it. I'm like, why don't we just fish from the land? I was like, it's so much easier.
It wasn't,
you
and
have
it
to clean
wasn't
the
no
boat.
little bitty boat. It was like it was a
It was a good sized deck boat,
oh
like,
wow, yeah.
like a pontoon
Pontoon
boat.
kind of like it had that deck like a
That's the boat I
pontoon
want.
boat, but it was shaped
Just a
like
hang.
Yeah,
full
it had a
on
V
deck.
hull on it, and
His
Yeah.
daddy would make me so nervous though with that because he
He
would
about
try
took our
to.
head off one day.
Him trying to do stuff with the one leg was probably the wildest thing because he would get so frustrated. And
He was
would do
determined
it.
to fish. Yeah, if like there was nothing else that could get him moving, you tell him we're going fishing, and he was ready to go.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
It really
awesome.
it was fun.
Mhm.
So
But
that's
yeah,
where you
we,
get your fishing from.
Yeah, we fished all up and down that coast. I mean, we weighed fish out there whenever the Treasure Bay used to have their
Yeah,
boat out there. I mean, we spent
the
hours.
big pirate ship out there. Yeah, that was,
Yeah, you can actually see the naked mermaid there on the bow.
Uh-huh.
I remember us sitting there all night wade fishing, and we probably caught 10 stingrays the whole night. So
Right,
every
yeah.
time we catch a stingray, and to get hip deep, you had to walk like 150 foot out there.
Right.
So every time we caught a stingray, he'd have to walk it all the way back to the beach because you didn't want to let it go right there under your feet.
Catch it again.
Did you flounder much out there?
We did a little bit of
Yeah,
flounder,
yeah.
but the
Yes.
most thing we did was fish.
Yeah, we always ran into stingrays doing that. I mean, because you're out there and with the flounder, it kind of settles down in the sand. Well, you're walking, and you can't see it. You gig it, and it's a stingray. Now you got a
Yeah.
whole another problem, and you got the same thing. You got to get rid of it. You can't just
Yeah.
put it down back where you were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I like the coast, the Mississippi coast.
I think
really
we have what do you call it? Not unrated,
underrated.
underrated culture from New Orleans to Mobile.
Oh,
And I've
yeah.
always thought that, like when I went to Maine and when I went to Vermont and like other coastlines, I was like, we kind of got it made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
the culture shifts a lot too from the Louisiana line to the Alabama line. Like there's a huge shift in that short
Yeah.
distance.
agreed.
It is really weird.
Even in Mississippi, the two sides of the coast are so different because you're from
Yeah, I'm from St. Martin.
St. Martin. Okay.
About dead center of the coast.
Right,
so
right. Yeah, you're on that line of like the bad side.
Yeah, that's-
And Pascagoula, we're on the good side.
yeah,
And,
I mean the folks in Alabama are closer to the Alabama side. They're pretty normalish people, and the folks a little bit closer to the Louisiana side are more like Louisiana folks. I mean,
Yeah, that's
it's like you get a little more watered down from that Louisiana culture. A little further away you get.
Dude, I underestimated, like when I was a kid in the summer, my mom would take me and my brother to cut off Louisiana and drop us off for a month. Because that's where my aunt and uncle, that's where my aunt and uncle lived.
I'm glad somebody was there for you.
Yeah.
My kids.
But it was weird because
just
like,
dropped you off, not even at someone's house.
At
just on
Cut
the
Off,
side.
Louisiana. That just
Y'all know where that is?
Off. No.
Here's your bus fare.
it's about 50 miles south of New Orleans. Like when I say in the bayou. But we're from Mississippi, but we go down there and stay with my aunt and uncle. And there's I don't know what you call it. You people out there will know, but there's water that goes through the town, and the road lines it on both sides. What do they call that? Anyway, and there's just hundreds of people fishing all the time. And you're right, the culture there is just way different.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me and my brother, the older we got too, and we would go down there, be like, the way they talk, the way they did things. And what was funny is I worked on a TV show, and we went and did a episode in Cutoff. And I was like, dang, my aunt and uncle are from there. I used to go down there all the time. So we took the whole crew down there. It was 2 doors down from their house.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So that was crazy. I got to hang out with my family, and they came and saw me play at a bar and, whatever. But, the LaBeoufs, that was the people we were doing the house for, and I'm still friends with them.
Yeah, that's a whole different like breed of people down there.
It is, dude.
Yeah,
And
the way
it's-
they talk and
And they're so far south, and you can actually go further than that. There's like 2 more towns further
Oh
south.
yeah. What's that down around Homa?
It's like if you're looking at a map, it's just east of Homa.
Okay.
Homa's like the next biggest. It's like probably the town they go shop in. Homa is.
Homa, Bellchase.
Yeah.
Places like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I lived with a guy in college. He was 2 of them from Bellchase.
Okay.
And like just the way they talked was just mind blowing. Like just. The
They're
accents
resourceful
and the-
people too, though, because
Oh,
we
yeah.
went down there to do the episode. It was kind of around Zeta, which did a number on Lucedale actually, but it really did a number on Cutoff, Louisiana. And so the whole episode was sponsored by some roofing company because we went down there to I can't even remember. I think we like redid their roof or something, but that whole place was decimated. It was bad.
Yeah, that's pretty far south.
It's really far south. And anyway, it just blows my mind to this day that like my mom always needed somebody to watch us during the summer because obviously we don't have school. And so the split would be like, okay, we're going to go stay with them and Cut Off. And then we would also go stay in Wiggins with my aunt over there. And so got some love for Stone County and Wiggins. She lived, I guess in Perkinston, you'd call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
really
I just
cool.
think in general, and I was talking to Brian about this, that's why we want to do a little, or not, we don't want to, we are going to do a documentary on food culture kind of from Mobile to New Orleans.
Okay.
And he's the lead researcher, obviously. But I just think we have an underrated culture here that doesn't get shown a lot.
Yeah, it's the whole Mississippi. It gets kind of left out.
Yeah.
You got New Orleans, you got Mobile, and then you got everything in between, which is a little bit of both kind of combined, like you're saying. Which that's a whole, like you got Mobile and you got Louisiana food all kind of mixed together, and then people start creating their own stuff, and now you have a whole.
Yeah, I mean, you think about like how many other places in the country will you go into a restaurant and see red snapper, red beans and rice,
Right.
macaroni and cheese,
Yeah.
Fried
just
chicken.
fried chicken, just all these different types of plates in
Or
the same kind of restaurant.
Yeah, anything fried, like everything fried.
or
So-
lasagna.
A question for you two guys. You can chime in. I'm not going to chime in. What's the best food you can get on the Mississippi Gulf Coast? It can be a restaurant or just a type of food, but really, I mean, a location maybe.
Fish or shrimp, I would say.
Where are you getting it from?
Oh, well, I mean, there's tons of great places to get it from. I mean, because you're right there on the Gulf, so you have access to fresh shrimp. Shrimp is probably one of the easiest great dishes to order almost anywhere on the Gulf Coast, I think.
Yeah, it can be cooked any way.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
so-
there's a couple of places that are still using frozen shrimp from Vietnam, but
Right.
the majority of restaurants on the coast, they ain't going to survive unless they're
So if
using
I had
Gulf
somebody
shrimp.
fly in and I was like, hey, John, we need to take them somewhere, or Brett, we need to take them somewhere, where are we taking them?
Well, it depends on where you go.
I like
Yeah.
the Reef in Biloxi.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
one of my
if you come down to
favorite.
Pascagoula, obviously Bozo's is
Bozo's is
good.
So I'm gonna say Bozo's is the place to go. But
Bozo's
anywhere down
is
the
so
coast-
good, dude.
Yeah, Bozo's is.
I could
that's
go
a-
right now.
That's a classic. If you
That
want
place
a po'
is
boy and
nonstop. It is so
Yeah.
busy.
It's popping.
always.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's tons of Mary Mahoney's is good. I mean,
Yeah, there's a. I guess if I had to pick a dish, I mean, crawfish is the one that kind of stands out. That a lot of places north of here are actually starting to bring it in and cook it. But if you go to Jackson and have crawfish, it's not the same as
Yeah.
having it. And that's one of them dishes that are different foods that everywhere you go, it's cooked different.
You're
And
so right
like,
about that.
everyone has their own and I'm not I used to eat it a lot different places, but I'd rather make it because
Yeah.
I've found a way.
Oh,
to
we've had controversy on this very show.
Yes,
Yeah,
over crawfish.
Yeah, so I find a way that I make it and I want it that way. And if I go eat it somewhere, I'm like, it's not as good.
Yeah.
And so that's the same.
Really, like a crawfish boil, it comes down to the environment. Has a lot to do.
Yeah.
You know, the crawfish is good. The way they're cooking it's good, but just event of having so many people gathered around one table sharing food.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we do that a
the more
ton
you-
here in
yeah.
Lucedale.
Yeah.
My family does like probably 6 a year,
Wow.
Yeah,
and I don't have anything to do with it. The eating
Yeah.
is
I know
my contribution.
we do it probably twice a year.
Yeah.
And then unless somebody just shows up and like, hey, we want crawfish. I'm like, all right.
Yep.
Well, y'all
My
round
brother
up.
does it. My uncle does it. My stepdad does it. And each of them probably do it 2 times a year.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where the 6 comes in.
Yeah, yeah.
And my mom will always call me and be like, hey, we're going to boil crawfish at Russell's tomorrow if you want to come. I was
Yeah.
like, sure, I'll be there.
Yeah, and when you go places like that, like everybody, you pick up little things from everybody and you kind of add to yours.
Now,
That's
let's talk
one
about
thing.
Like you got
etiquette of a
Brussels
boil.
sprouts now.
So in my head, nobody ever told me to do this, but I always find it, like I always say, hey, what can I bring? And if I'm going to my Uncle Russell's house and he's like, pick up some Keystone. Like I'll bring beer, or like my mom might say, hey, can you go get some Kaneka? We're gonna chop it up and put it in there. I try to cause I don't boil it and I'm always just eating it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and given just cash is a thing you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is there etiquette around that? I always feel like
Yeah.
any kind of thing I come to, I need to bring something.
I think you should chip in.
Somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people who don't know how to cook it or have never done it. Like, no, here's a couple bucks or
$50.
Or I mean, I
$30
tell people
bucks.
like, just bring whatever you want. I'll throw it in there. You know,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah, my
which, I
mom
mean, we've
puts
thrown all kinds of stuff.
puts grapefruit in there. Slices it in half,
Yeah,
puts
yeah.
grapefruit. My favorite thing
Yeah.
is obviously the crawfish. Second place though, the mushrooms, dude.
See,
Yeah.
and mushrooms soak it up.
We need 50 pounds of mushrooms in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
would say there's about 3 or 4 things you could bring to a crawfish bowl and feel safe. You could bring some cash for, the expenses. You could bring a sack of crawfish, which that's a good thing, or something that you want in the boil. Like if
Yeah.
you're huge on mushrooms, bring some mushrooms. You're huge on corn, bring some corn, potatoes.
Yeah.
Either way.
Whatever.
Yeah. Which I mean,
Or beer.
there's so many things.
Yeah, I always go get the 2 biggest. I think they're 24 packs
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Keystone. Of course, the people I'm around, that's what they want.
But yeah, you bring extra sausage for the boil, ain't nobody gonna be upset.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Or just bring something. I mean, completely random, just to throw in there. Just that's always if I show, I'll just
See, my thing
Bring
is
some
too.
pineapples.
I'm not there
which is
usually when they're
really,
starting.
Really good. Like,
Oh, yeah.
really good.
You know, so it's like bringing an ingredient. I'd have to get there when they start.
Yeah, maybe like sides. Does people eat sides ever?
Not really.
Because
That's the
it's usually
hard part
all-
about a
it's usually
crawfish.
all in it,
It's
yeah.
in it. That's the hard part about. If it was like a cookout, oh yeah, I'll bring the Lay's. I'll bring baked
Dessert?
beans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not-
dessert is actually something you could do.
I've seen some people like, if you're there and a bunch of kids are there, not all kids are really crazy
Mm-hmm.
about crawfish. So I've had people show up at like,
Hot dogs.
Yeah.
or a platter of chicken from Cane's,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
they
my
bring
family
some-
does hot
yeah.
dogs and
That's a good
hamburgers with
idea.
their crawfish
Yeah.
bowls for
Yeah.
the kids
Yeah,
and
that's usually something.
my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all like y'all's crawfish like super spicy?
Yes.
I do.
I
I would
know-
rather it be super spicy than no flavor at all.
Yeah. I know when I'm boiling it, the first batch is just okay because you don't want to.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes it, but then as they go, they're gonna get. I'm just gonna keep adding more seasoning.
Yeah.
So that last, if you want the spicy ones, you wait for the last one to come out, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be the.
We
I
put
would
it
say
in a.
that's most boils too. So
Yeah.
if you haven't ever went to somebody's crawfish boil, just know, like if you want the milder batch, go for the first batch.
Yeah, get the first one.
If you want some stuff that's gonna put you down, go for the
Yeah.
last batch.
Yeah, eyes watering.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not.
I
Can't
don't
breathe.
like that. I don't.
Yeah.
I cannot get into my lips getting chapped and burned and my nose running and all that. I don't like it.
I will say that's a pretty consistent, like
Yeah.
across most everybody's boils.
There is
But-
something about having to wipe your nose, because the
can't-
snot's coming out of
Yeah.
it.
Dude, how many
hate it.
napkins does a?
Who's all standing at that last table? Like, who's the
Yeah.
one that really loves that
Do y'all
crawfish?
enjoy the burn? Like, do you like? What is it about
Yeah.
it that makes you like it?
I don't
It's the
know.
flavor.
I think
Yeah,
it's
the flavor.
Yeah, because
You-
it's hot, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's a different kind of it's a one of a kind hot.
Yeah.
You can't get that flavor from a mild seasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like taking because I'll put a bunch of stuff in when I do it. Meatballs. That's one of my favorite ones. I'll put green beans. Whatever.
Yeah, those are
But
good.
All the stuff left over, and making stuff out of that for the rest of the
Yeah.
week or the next couple of days is some of the best. Like meatballs
mashed
from a crawfish
potatoes.
bowl. on a meatball sub.
Meatballs from
is
across. I didn't know.
phenomenal.
That's a
like,
good.
it's just because they're spicy Cajun meatballs
Okay.
on a po' boy with cheese and stuff. It's-
Okay, I got another question for you guys. So for me, there's like I'm always kind of cool in my mouth with something, right?
Yeah.
And if you just had to pick, mine is, and it's a nostalgia thing from growing up eating crawfish and drinking this strawberry Abita. Strawberry
that's what I
Abita
would
to
say.
me is the perfect washed down drink, and it's a beer, so you get that added buzz.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is your beverage of choice when you're eating crawfish?
I don't know. I guess it used to be Bud Light, but
Modelo.
I mean, I drink more kind of stout beers now. So it'd probably maybe a Coors or Yuengling. Yuengling's always
Yuengling's
like,
good.
Yeah.
To me, that will squash a whole lot of spice in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like a Yuengling.
Mine's Abita strawberry. That's funny you said
That is
Like,
my
it's a-
favorite
it's a-
beer, and that with crawfish, I
Yeah.
don't know what it is about it. It's the savory and sweet.
That's what it is. It
What-
has that little.
What kind of beer is it? Or did you say-
Abita, it's a beer out of Abita Springs, Louisiana.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got a.
They just had their 40th year anniversary this year.
Yeah, it's got a little sweet kind of after.
It's a totally seasonal beer, and when they first came out with it in 2011, 10, it was so popular, like you couldn't find it, and it became like almost like a cultural phenomenon, at least for the beer community. Like to the point where Caitlin would find it and buy like six packs,
Yeah, I
whatever
remember-
the limit was.
Yeah.
She would buy it for me.
Yeah, they would limit it in certain stores, so
Yeah.
you couldn't
Wow.
buy all that.
Now I think that's kind of wore off, but that's a whole nother conversation with
Yeah.
the like we were talking about with the culture of craft beer. I think it peaked at 2014ish,
Yeah.
and it's actually kind of going down, which is kind of sad. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I
Or
think
or maybe
Greg-
I'm just not in it.
Well, and with Abita, they actually ended up making shortly after that a straw gator.
Oh, Strawgator's so
And
good.
see,
I just
now,
had two
I
of
would
those
pick-
with Jeremy.
Yeah, I would pick straw gator like if I was eating crawfish right now because it's
Yeah,
you got
Strawgator's
the-
good,
the
which is their
Andigator.
Andigator mixed with strawberry.
Okay.
Andigator's their 9%.
Yeah, so it's a stronger, but has a little bit of sweet, and you can actually buy it in like the 40-ounce
I
bottles.
want to try
Yeah.
that.
Like the
I actually had I filmed a documentary that was like not all, but a bunch of the coastal breweries. So we went to Lazy Magnolia, we went to NOLA Brewing, we went to Abita. And when I was at Abita's place, they gave me a growler,
yeah.
a big Abita growler,
Nice.
which I still have, but I haven't like used it in years. And that was like, growlers were big.
Yeah, you can
Do
take it to
people
the
still
brewery
use
and, like,
growlers? Do you know
I
what a
don't even know
growler?
what that is.
I hadn't seen
That's
them in a
that
while.
thing I picked up in Macon, Georgia.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
but you could bring it back to the brewery,
brewery and they
would
fill it up.
fill it up for like a huge discount.
Like $5 or something.
Yeah, it was like
yeah.
having a propane tank and just taking it to the.
Yeah, well,
that's
really
pretty
good
cool.
beer. I mean, it was made right there in that building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I lived in Laurel, they had Slow Boat. My buddy Kenny owned Slow Boat. And I got to see, he was a beer guy, like a beer delivery guy, I think. And
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what his role was, but he started that brewery and we had live music there. He served food out of there. I mean, it was like a whole cultural thing, but I did get to see him struggle a little bit because it was a hard business, dude. But he had his
Yeah.
stuff in stores, like you could buy it all across the coast.
Yeah, they
Lazy
were really
Magnolia is still around.
Popular, popping up way back in the 2010s.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places.
Now, do y'all know the story of Lazy Magnolia at all? And the is it Kiln? The
Yeah.
Kiln? How do you say that?
The kill.
The kill.
Kill. There we go. My friend Richard's from there, and he always bitches at me because I say it wrong.
Just leave the N off.
But I went and interviewed them, or really the wife. I met the husband and interviewed. He was a engineer for NASA, and she was a chemical engineer. So he actually made all of the robots that like open their boxes and put the beers in there. And then she's in charge of the formulation. Like they're a very fascinating couple.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. You were like working for NASA,
Yeah.
and now you're making beer. So,
that is cool.
and I think they were the first brewery. Is it called microbrewery? Anyway, they were the first like microbrewery in Mississippi. So that's like kind of their claim to fame.
Nice.
But I think they've just had the most longevity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because breweries kind of come and go. Wasn't there one in Ocean Springs?
I think
was
there
a-
still is.
The Fly
Crooked
Llama?
Letter, or where was?
Is it Crooked
Yeah.
Letter? Are they still around?
I don't know. I hadn't heard.
SoPro has also done really well over the years.
Or
That's
Lazy
Hattiesburg's.
Magnolia, I think that's the one. was in Ocean Springs, Lazy Magnolia.
No, that's Kill. That's the one I've
Isn't
been
there
talking
Fly
about.
Llama or something
That's
like
in
that?
Kill, Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Flying Llama. That's kind of a newer one-ish.
Yeah. They're
SoPro, to my surprise, not saying that they should have went out of business. It just surprises me that one in downtown Hattiesburg has had such longevity, and I see it all over the place.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Southern Prohibition.
Chandelier.
Chandelier is the one I was
Yeah.
thinking of.
Yeah,
That's
Chandelier.
it.
And
I like
they're still
theirs.
around. Yeah, they got some.
There's one in Mobile now. They have a really cool outdoor area for the kids and food. Blue Oyster. I think it's on Government Street right before you get to like the tunnel.
Yeah.
It's really neat. But
Yeah, they just opened one in Pascagoula.
in the old depot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go check that out,
Yeah, I
man.
hadn't been yet. I think it's been open about 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, I did see something about that.
They brew some in house.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's in the old train depot in
Oh,
Pascagoula.
neat.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah, I
awesome
like
because that
that.
place was just kind of sitting there, right?
Yeah, and it's a cool place.
It
Too.
is
Like,
cool.
I remember looking in the windows, like, man, I want to get in there and like take pictures. It's really. Cool.
I'd love to
like,
be there when the Amtrak goes by.
Yeah, it's really loud.
I'm sure it is, but this
Yeah.
adds to it, right? It's like kind of shaking your beer a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
or
the
any- or any
Amtrak
train.
literally runs like 4 feet from the building.
Yeah.
Like it's so close.
I want to do that. Like,
Yeah,
doesn't
that
it
looks
take you all the way
cool.
to New Orleans?
It does.
Yeah, I did it a couple months ago.
Did you? How was it? You're the first person I
I
met.
didn't really like it.
Really?
Yeah, well, we got delayed, and we sat on the tracks for a while, and so it took longer to get there. And so
Did y'all stop at little places or is
well,
it a
you
straight
stop-
shot?
No, you stop in like, I guess Biloxi, Gulfport, and then to New Orleans. So you make but those aren't long. But we got into Louisiana, and we ended up having to wait because there's a train on the track. Something happened, so we sat there for like an hour.
Oh,
well,
no.
on a train with 3 kids, and my sister and her 2 kids. Like I was like, this is not.
Don't take the kids.
Yeah, this is not. So
Yeah.
they ended up like giving a voucher to do it again, and so like my mom, sister, and all them went, and they enjoyed it. Said it was a great time, but I was like, I think I'd rather drive to New Orleans instead of.
We
Yeah.
learned a few years ago, don't bring kids to a train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to, what was it, Brandon? Or
Braxton. Up in Tennessee, the Great Smoky Mountain Railroad.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like a 3.5 hour trip one way, and then another 3.5 hours back.
Yeah.
And this trip is so rough. Whenever you get to that, that stopping point before they turn around and go back, and they go, "Okay, just to let y'all know, if y'all are trying to get back faster than what the train can take you, it's about an hour's walk to the nearest place with a cell phone signal and a $100 Uber ride from there. So you could do that, or you could just
stay on the train.
take your 3.5 hour trip back.
Yeah, we were
It
going to
was
take the
rough,
kids on that
man.
one in Georgia, the Blue Ridge Mountain.
Oh yeah,
Basically, they stop in a lot of little towns and let you hang out. But this is good information.
yeah.
It's tough on the
I mean,
train.
the kids,
Yeah.
the kids did better than me probably. I mean, I was just like, man, we gotta get going. Like,
Yeah. our
Did y'all
kids
stay
were
the night in
good.
New Orleans?
no, we just went down there, went to the zoo, and kind of came back.
Gotcha.
That evening, which I mean, it was perfect for that. Had we not been delayed, I probably would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, we have
everybody
season
says it's
tickets
good.
to the Audubon and the Insectarium and all that,
Yeah,
but we
I
always
mean-
drive,
Yeah, I mean, ride down there, drops you off, and
get an Uber, whatever.
yep. I think we hopped a trolley down there, and then we Ubered back because we didn't want to wait on the trolley or miss the train and have to stay.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the
Yeah.
trolley's another novelty to do. When my band would go down to New Orleans and play, we would first of all we'd stay at hostels, which
Yeah.
is a whole podcast probably.
Yeah.
But then me and Clay and Alex would take the trolley all around town, before the gig or whatever. But that was right when Uber was starting to really be popular. I guess 2011 ish. But yeah, nowadays, man, I'm just like, give me the Uber.
Yeah, it's
Give me the Uber.
easier.
Which I'm going to London 3 times in the next 6 months. Did I tell you that?
3 times.
3 times.
I was just move over there.
Well, I've been doing a lot of research, and I'm trying to not have such a culture shock when I get off the plane. Oh, and I'm going to Berlin too.
Oh yeah.
So I was just trying to figure out like what is the way to get around. They have Uber and Lyft, but they have some other stuff that's like London specific that they want you. They say it's really better to do this.
Right.
But yeah, we're gonna see. I'm excited.
Going all over the place.
Yeah.
It's so
A
cool.
little bit.
Yeah,
Going to
it's
Kenya.
awesome.
Did I tell you about Kenya?
Yeah.
Well, you knew about Kenya.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, that's one of those trips where if I'm in London and I lose a tripod or need an extra memory card, won't be an issue.
Right.
If I'm in Kenya, yep, it's going to be an issue. So
You better learn how to make a tripod.
there's just like a lot more. I think Kenya is going to be really good because it's probably more meaningful because they're doing a documentary on basically like the state of their culture. But there's a lot more pressure on that because, I mean, I got to pack a very limited amount of gear that has to serve a purpose, and I need a backup of almost everything, just in case.
Yeah,
I'm going to be in a village over by Mount Kilimanjaro, fighting lions. No, not really, but
that'd be cool. Like,
well, we're going to have these guides. Apparently, we're going to be in these Jeeps with these guides with machine guns. And it's never a problem.
Why do they need machine guns?
Never a problem.
I guess lions.
Yeah, I bet not.
I don't know, man.
Usually machine guns are for, I don't know.
So one thing that is going to be pretty cool, and I don't want to divulge too much, but I think I could say this. There's one day where we're not going to be filming. It's like a day where in the whole 2 weeks, there's one day where it's like, hey, I want you to just relax and actually experience the Kenyan culture. Y'all know the movie The Lion King? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Big Rock, Pride Rock. Well, apparently that's based off of a particular area. And we're going to go have breakfast there. Oh. They have fine dining set up, literally tables with tablecloths, and you're sitting on this rock overlooking the Savannah, I guess.
That'd be cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
That
I'm also
cool.
So weirdly enough, somebody here in Lucedale speaks Swahili, and you know him. I bet you could guess who it is. He's the most out there, flamboyantly interesting person that I can think of.
Ethan Welford.
There you go. So I'm talking to Ethan on the radio. He starts speaking Swahili when I tell him about Kenya, and I was like, "Well, you've got to come." He's like my neighbor in a way. Lives down the road. I was like, "You got to come over and teach me some Swahili." So hopefully get some lessons from him.
Yeah, pick up a little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Hey, dude, this guy, though, Ethan Welford, he was actually supposed to be in your spot today. Oh. You were a second choice.
Thanks.
No, I'm kidding. But it was going to be you or him.
You
but
have to tell the audience that.
Yeah, I'm going to learn Swahili, I guess, before I come back.
But Ethan is one of the most interesting people
he really is.
I've ever known. He's from Lucedale. It was funny is he went to film school and then got out and was like, I'm really like this. I'm going to butcher cows. And that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. How does he know Swahili?
Who knows? My neighbors work for him, and they're Hispanic. And when I say Hispanic, they know some English, but it's not a lot. Right. And he comes over to dinner at their house, and we're there. And, he's speaking full-on Spanish. So I guess he just, likes to be bilingual and just put a lot of time and effort into learning these languages.
I'll make sure I do that.
But it's off-putting if you don't know him because you're just talking to this guy from Lucedale who's what would you say he is, a meat processor?
I don't know if it's a meat processor. It is butchering, but I think he also takes care of
straight farm to table type business.
Yeah, he takes care of killing the cows and stuff. I
yeah.
don't know what that means.
Slaughter, yeah.
Yeah, he does it all. But again, I went to school with Ethan, and me and him weren't friends or anything, but everybody knew who he was because he loved to talk, and he was very funny. I don't know if he's still funny, but he used to crack me up when I was younger.
The talking thing is stuck.
And he always he left the impression that he was really smart, in my opinion, but I didn't really know him.
Well, this is a guy too who was you ever heard of Jurassic World, the movie? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's in that movie.
Oh. Nuh-uh.
What?
Is he?
Yeah, so his big thing when he was in film school was I think he wanted to act. And he kind of dabbled with doing some news work too, like anchor man type stuff, which he would have been freaking awesome at.
Yeah.
But he would go to New Orleans. He was part of and he'll be able to tell us when he comes on, but he was part of a extras union. Where you get calls it's $200 a day and food, and you'd be on the set of whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah,
he's that did that.
But yeah, he's running in the background.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many people.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
I didn't realize how many people were into film stuff and trying to. I know some people that were trying to live in New Orleans and trying to make it that way. But
New Orleans is a hotbed for TV for about 15 years, and they're still doing some shows there. But it was really a competition at the time, like Hollywood of the South. Is it Atlanta? Is it New Orleans? And Atlanta really did come out on top there.
Yeah.
But New Orleans was doing NCIS. All the vampire shows are in New Orleans. There's a lot of True TV and TLC shows shot in New Orleans. There's a few home improvement shows. There was a lot of production going on there.
Atlanta's got a huge studio, though, don't they?
Oh, Atlanta's got 14
I
huge
stayed
studios.
at like the what you call it, hotel right outside that MGM studio. over
They have
there in Atlanta.
MGM, they have TrueMark, they have Lionsgate. My uncle actually worked for Tyler Perry for almost 20 years. That's
Okay.
He's from Lucedale. We got to have him on because he's going to be here the first, and he said he'd come on. Him and my aunt, because they both worked in the movie industry. That's kind of what got me into videos. I was always fascinated when I go to
they
Atlanta.
do the art. They had the art studio, right? That burned down.
Yep. Well, half of it burned down, and they're pretty close to having it all ready to go again. But yeah, they worked for Tyler Perry. In fact, I think Phil will tell a story, but I'm pretty sure he met him at Napa Auto Parts. He was working at Napa. Tyler was.
Okay.
And Phil was a sculptor and just good with his hands. And Tyler was putting on plays at the time, like Medea plays. That was like a big thing. And so Phil got on board with that and started helping him build the sets. And then as the years went by, he just always worked on Tyler Perry movies. And then he worked for Lionsgate. He did a bunch of stuff with the Marvel Studios over there. And then Lane she's like actually the one who's more into the film industry, but she's an accountant. She has like a degree in accounting. So, and I'm probably butchering all this, like details, but her job is like the budget for the film. So she would have to make sure like they're not spending too much on catering and they're doing this and they're doing that.
Like a producer.
Yeah. And then in the meantime, they were always building up South River Art Studios, which is like a huge staple of Atlanta. Like you ask any artist in Atlanta, do you know what South River Art Studios is? And they're like, well, yeah, I've been on the waiting list for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Because it's like imagine this times about 10 in size. And then Phil has compartmentalized it where you can rent spaces. So they have welders or sculptors, painters, musicians, filmmakers, jewelry makers. And then there's like a big courtyard area there where they have movie nights and gallery showings. And yeah, it's just like a bunch of hippies making art in Atlanta. But
That sounds like fun.
the Chick-fil-A people, actually, they're based in Atlanta. They, believe it or not, they have a huge foothold on the film industry there. They built the big Marvel studio where they're shooting all the Marvel movies.
I went to that original Chick-fil-A in Georgia. The
Did
one
you?
that sells hamburgers. It's really good.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like a whole like restaurant. Like you have like a Chick-fil-A over here, and then you have like a Chick-fil-A restaurant where you actually sit in, and it's like a diner. You go order hamburgers. They have more stuff on the menu. Like there's some kind of toy train going around the top of it.
What'd you order?
Cheeseburger. Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, you got to get a cheeseburger.
How many times do you find yourself in a Chick-fil-A where a hamburger's on the menu?
Well, what was your thought on it? Was it good?
It was a cheeseburger. I mean, I guess I'd put it a little bit above McDonald's, a lot lower than a Landmark burger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you put
Somewhere in there.
get like Chick-fil-A sauce to put on it, or was it?
Nah, I just put ketchup, pickles. I don't know.
What do you think?
It didn't seem like, it just seemed like another diner, honestly.
What's the best burger in Lucedale?
Landmark. I mean,
Have you had Snacks' Smash Burger?
Oh, they're just good.
I had it out of their food truck, and it's really good.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
But
The fries
I
are
don't know.
good,
I think it's my favorite.
I'm just a huge fan of that classic, like 3rd-pound patty.
Yeah. No, the Landmark Burger is probably number one in a legacy way.
Like as far as just a straight up cheeseburger goes, Landmark. Yeah.
Jeremy's doing, is today Friday?
Yeah.
So he's doing burgers now,
Okay.
but on Fridays.
Okay.
And apparently it's like the best thing ever.
Nice.
But that's what the owner said. So you got to take that with a
I'm
grain
sure
of,
it is good.
you
Bring
got to
back the
take that with a
ramen,
grain
that's
of
what I
barbecue
say.
sauce.
Yeah,
That ramen was the greatest thing ever came out of there.
it really was amazing.
It was?
Yes.
I thought he was being
God.
sarcastic.
No.
No, man, that shit sold out in like an hour.
Really?
whenever they would do it.
Yeah, you had to be there
Yeah.
and ready for it. Like,
Oh, it's
What do
so
you know about
good.
food here? Nothing?
In Lucedale, no.
Okay. The hickory hog is what we're referring to.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and they did like a brisket ramen, I believe it was.
Brian
Oh,
was the
man.
one that came up with it. And it
Sounds
was,
phenomenal.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
I don't even like anything like soup. I'm not a soup or noodle person.
Noodle girl.
Yeah.
You don't
I don't
like the
believe-
noodle around.
Yeah, I just don't like. I'm like, "Ugh, that's not real food. But that food was so good, and it was spicy, and I actually liked it. I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, the eggs.
Did they
was
not
the
do it
best.
anymore?
No,
No.
that was just like they would do that special Brian.
It was like a
whenever he
Brian
was in
thing.
there. Yeah, he would do all of them, like all the specials that came through. Like I'm just doing ramen today, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
he would,
he's
he
so-
would sell out in like an hour or two. Of like they open at 11, by 1 o'clock, all the ramen was gone.
So why does Brian not have a
It's a-
cooking show?
Well, okay, so that's why we're doing the documentary.
He could
Okay,
definitely
all right.
have a
He's going to be.
show.
Yeah,
So
that's
there
it.
are different styles of documentary, right?
Right.
The style we're going to do is personality driven. So like, kind of like I'm trying to think. The Union was one we were talking about the other day, where you're like your documentary filmmaker is on camera.
Right.
Of course, I'll be behind the camera doing all the technical stuff, but Brian will actually be sitting down with Robert St. John from Hattiesburg, sitting down with Daryl from Po' Boy Express, or whoever he decides we need. I know Robert St. John's on the list, but yeah, he's gonna have his own show.
He
That's
should at
he
least have
should.
his own YouTube channel
Yeah.
where he's showing people how he makes these incredible dishes. Because I mean, his range is so wide, it's crazy. I mean, seafood, Asian cuisine, pizzas, pastries. I mean, he does it all.
And he does it perfectly.
the problem with
So-
Brian at the moment, and we're gonna help him with this. He's losing his passion for food because he's just been. It's you get burnt
Yeah,
out, right?
yeah.
Like when I took him to Arkansas, he was like, "Dude, I'm cool with quitting food and doing this," and I'm happy for him because he does have a lot of passions. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, sometimes you got to realize that you've honed a craft, and it takes. Some people would literally give everything they got to be as good at food as you are. And I get the same way with video and
Yeah,
photography. Like I have to reinvent myself or find ways to reignite the passion for it. And so maybe the documentary will do that for him. I hope it will. You know, he was actually, somebody wanted him to take over Coffee Pot, or what is it called? The Downtowner.
And he would totally turn that business around.
Oh, he
He's
would.
done it before.
But he said that he was burnt out, and he was like, here's how the restaurant goes, bro. You got to be there all the time.
Right.
There's no being there 80% of the time, 90% of the time, 20% of the time. You got to be there all the time
No.
to be successful. And he was like, I just don't want to do that. And I get that part, but I just don't.
Doing the documentary in that style would be. I mean,
Yeah, he's
you're
not going to have to cook necessarily.
Or if
He probably
is,
will a little bit.
Kind of
Yeah.
like a Anthony Bourdain type documentary.
Exactly.
He
style.
loves Anthony Bourdain
Oh,
too.
yeah.
so that's
Exactly.
funny.
Yeah, that's a-
I don't. It's not that I love Anthony Bourdain. It's just if I could live anyone's life, that would be a great like alternate life. Just going
Yeah.
around the world to these amazing places to eat and trying them out.
It would be really nice to see like Brian cook though, I think, because
Yeah.
I feel like his mind is so creative. Like it's impressive, and I think it'd be cool to see all that.
Yeah,
be done.
no, I agree.
Brisket ramen is a whole new level of like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
man.
So like to come up with that, like that's a
Yeah.
different type of mindset.
Well, the dude, I mean, you talk to him and he can tell you like, oh yeah, I want to go to Italy. He'll say, oh, you need to eat at this place, and this place because this place started this back in 1882. I mean, like he'll tell you all that.
yeah, he definitely need. And he's got to cover this area at least
Yeah.
with the.
Well, maybe this is a good way because he came and filmed with us and kind of caught the film bug. Maybe there's a way to meld the two together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
which-
way he's got something new that's going on, but then he can also bring, it's just like, dude, you don't throw away,
that
Right.
talent.
15
Right.
years of experience or more, however long. I know he started in 13 in a
Yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah, I mean that's tough when you do something 14, 15 years. Like, and I mean, I get to that point. I don't know if I've talked to you about it with the
Oh, I know.
the education stuff. Like, I mean, you've been doing it that long. Like, it gets kind of to where when you can just show up and it's just, and you're still doing exactly what you were.
Yeah.
You just don't have that passion to like keep elevating it. You got to try to find it, and so I mean, I get that. And
Oh, I do
mean,
too,
it's the
dude. I
whole-
struggle with it every day.
And then that's with the photography and all this stuff. It's like you can do all this, and it's new and you're learning and you get that kind of, which is what you had probably 13, 14 years ago, but it's kind of died out, but you always end up going back to it. So that's kind of, if you can get back into it, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think that was the thing with Arkansas. It was all so new, and we were going so fast, and he was doing a great job, and it was fun. And then we did shoot a little short film over there, which
I'm mad about.
Added to. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you see what our boom pole was?
Yeah. When you told me, I went back and looked at the picture,
right
and I was
there.
like,
It's a golf ball getter.
Yeah, we got to use it.
We literally duct taped a microphone to that, and then I duct taped it to a C-stand.
Yeah, I was so mad. I was like, man, they wait till I leave and they go make some kind of.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey, in September we're gonna finish it.
Okay.
That's like the first half.
We'll see, because
John didn't get it, so like I've got to add more.
See, like I got it, and like I was like, man, it's deep. Like I get that. Like,
well, it's an art house film. I'll just go ahead and tell you. Like my mom would watch it and go, "What did I just watch?" Like she would be frustrated because it's not chronological. You know, it didn't make her laugh, whatever.
Yeah, but it didn't have to.
No, I get it. Like
I
there's
watched
just
it and I
different
was
tastes
like-
for different people. Is what I'm saying.
like,
John
man, it's real.
needed it to make complete round sense.
I did not. No, it's not that. I was just very confused. There was not enough context, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
He was
the
jumping
only
the-
confusing
And
part.
for me-
But it was simple. Like,
But for me, that was the
Yeah.
whole point. It was like the reason didn't matter. It was the
No.
apology itself that's the story.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
get it. It's like a person's type of brain. Like, and I get that way too. Like there's certain movies, like I'm in a mood. I want to watch Forrest Gump because it is so straightforward and like just boom, 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 boom. But then there's times where I want to watch something that confuses the crap out of me,
Now,
like
whenever-
Inception.
Whenever you told me
Yeah,
that
when you
was,
end that-
you told me that was a scene, I was like, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, for
Now,
sure.
I was looking at it through the lens of this is a complete and finished film.
yeah. But
Which it is, but it is.
It's a
could be
great,
done, and,
it's
like,
a
I'm-
great scene, but I don't think it tells like enough of the story
Yeah.
for it to be an entire story.
Yeah.
You need a little bit more context, either before or after that scene.
Yeah, and that can be added in so many
Yeah.
ways,
Yeah.
hard ways or easy ways.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I
and I
think it's a
got it.
great scene. I do, and it was an entertaining scene.
Now,
Well, it was the dialogue and like and I guess I don't know, maybe everyone's mind is different, but I'm like, man, I'm feeling that. Like I feel that in 10 different ways. And
Well,
so it
they-
makes sense to me. when
and I
it's the
never really
whole-
done any acting. I mean, I've done
Yeah.
YouTube where I'm like having to kind of talk to the camera. But dude, we had an audience there. There was a lot of people behind the
Yeah,
cameras
yeah.
and stuff. And so I would walk around the building and I would it's like the art of not giving a fuck. I would just go. And I treat it like a play.
Yeah.
And Brian was like, I want no lines. He didn't explicitly say that, but he didn't really want to do it.
Yeah.
He said it was eyes, huh?
He said it with his eyes. And
Don't make me talk.
funny enough, Marty sat in and did a few practice takes, and I was like, "Dang, Marty, you're actually pretty good at this."
Yeah, but Marty would be. The way Marty like just starts talking.
Oh,
like,
dude. Well, Marty has a part in the part we're talking about. We're adding in September. Marty happens to be the main character.
which he should be.
He should be.
He
And
is a
I'll have a
character.
few lines. Brian will do basically the same thing he did, sit.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. That exercise of like acting, I've actually been doing that for a long time in life. Because anytime I go into a situation where I feel like it's going to be uncomfortable, or like weddings are a good example, I don't know everybody. I always treat that as a time to practice acting, and I would just be a different person.
Yeah, which is weird that you say that, because that's a whole like when you in any kind of business, when you're going into something you don't know. And I'm that way. When I don't know people, and like especially in the Dominican, I was very like almost standoffish because like one, I just met two of these guys like right before we got on a plane, and then we flew to another country with a bunch of people.
800 Europeans.
Yeah, and so like there's always a language barrier. I don't know. I'm learning y'all, and then Jamie was with us, and I'd only known him for maybe a year. And so, like, I'm just kind of like...
Oh, I thought you knew Jamie longer than that.
No, not long. I mean, met him through the
Jeez.
228 stuff, and, like,
Yeah.
so I'm just kind of like, all right, let me do my job. But then, like, as the week went on, I'm like, well, no, let me just be a part of it. And so, like, yeah, a lot of that probably was acting, and that
Yep.
makes sense.
I would even, like, if I was going into a situation where I knew I was never going to see these people again, I would do a different accent.
Nice.
And,
It's just for
That's
fun.
hilarious.
It also made me feel more comfortable. Like, it was like, okay, I'm pretending this is a game.
yeah, which might be good to, like, that might be a good little documentary on...
I don't know about that, but
No.
I remember
filming you do in different accents.
when I was a
Or
kid.
letting the other people pick what accent he does. So
When
if we're with him, we're like, all right, we're going in this
I would
building.
definitely
and,
watch this
and
show.
you're going to be.
Oh
that
yeah,
guy.
there, bud. Yeah, we're going just south of Toronto today.
Yeah, and you have to carry that out through an entire
Dude, so
event.
me and Marty spoke in a Canadian accent with Brian the whole week you were gone.
Well,
it got
the one
to the
video
point.
you sent me, I was like, what are these guys doing?
It got to the point. I said, "All right, Brian, Marty, that's enough with the Canadian accents. What are you talking about there? This is how I talk, man."
Yep, and just roll with it.
And I can't do it like Marty. Marty's just
Marty gets on, but Marty's also kind of closer to Canada. And
yeah, he is. But there was something else I was going to tell you about. Oh yeah, so when I was in elementary school, I did the kindergarten at Loosedale, and then I went to 2 days of first grade at Loosedale. And the teacher, I don't know if she was mean or if it was just in my head, but I told my mom, I was like, the teacher is like super mean to me. My mom got really mad and she was like, you should have been in Rocky Creek the whole time. So she yanks me out of Rocky Creek and puts me over at Loosedale
Loosedale.
vice versa. So I go to Rocky Creek the third day of first grade. And I remember like when I got there, they were already at lunch or something.
Yeah.
Like, so they took me to the lunchroom and sat me down. And I actually remember the people I was sitting by, like to this day, I know who they are. But I walked in and I just did a British accent for 2 days.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
I mean, why not?
Okay.
And they were like, where are you from? And I told them Scotland or something. And these kids were fascinated. And then finally I just broke it and just started talking, all countrified.
Yeah, which
And
they
they're
probably like.
They were like, what the crap?
Yeah, and now they know you.
But it was just a funny thing. And I guarantee you nobody remembers that. But that was probably my first forte at making myself feel more comfortable by just being a different person.
Yeah. I actually use that kind of idea with like trying to train employees to be able to have customer service. Like you're just going to have to tap into this ultra polite, hospitality thing. And it might not be who you really are, but this is part of your job. And it does make it easier when it comes to being like having certain lines kind of like that you can just use all the time.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
You could turn that into a business. I've thought about that. Me and you could partner on that because, like, customer service is such a big part of a place. I can overlook mistakes if, like, the customer service is really good. I'll be more generous with, like, how I feel about a mistake being made.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how much, and it's kind of, you brought that up, how much do you think that by them, acting, how much does that, like, kind of overspill into, like, really who they are?
Yeah, I think it actually does overspill and actually creates a happier person in the end, like an actual genuine happy person. Because if they're acting to be happy and when they're not really, you're putting this mood around to everybody else. And what your aura is, it affects.
Right.
So if you are being in a bad mood, everybody's going to match that eventually. Right. So I think eventually if you are like feeling like you're in a bad mood and you're pretending that you're not, you'll eventually start feeling better and you won't really be like, it won't be a faking thing. At least that's in my experience.
I think there's some science to that.
Yeah, fake it
till you make it.
Yeah, fake until you make it, which is, fake it until
what
you
you
feel
think
it.
and say also will become reality.
Right.
So if you
That's where I was going.
Yeah, if you walk around thinking all day, I'm a piece of crap and I'll never have anything.
Right.
Odds are you're going to be right. If you walk around all day saying I'm the greatest thing ever, I'm probably going to have everything. It's probably not going to fit the actual reality, but in your head, that's how life will be.
Yeah, absolutely.
You will live a life to where you're the greatest thing ever, if only it's in your head.
Yeah. I'd love to see a study done of Chick-fil-A employees. Like, where do they go after they leave Chick-fil-A, and how successful are they if you're always taught to, like with the customer service, my pleasure, or always putting everything else first and faking, maybe not faking it, but that becomes your reality. Where does that take you later on?
Yeah. I think
think it takes
probably,
you to good places.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I like to think that a lot of our employees that have left have done better. Like, I know Anna Grace has got her own business going.
Yeah.
And she does photography. She was one of our employees. And Lily, she opened up spin therapy.
That's right. I forgot Lily worked there.
That
We've seen a lot of negative thought too. Also, like not only just hurt one person, but everyone who's attached to them.
Yeah.
All of a
In that
sudden,
entire
everyone
environment.
starts to share that same idea they may have never even had before. One person's like, this is really crappy that life's doing this.
Right.
And
And then it just drags everybody else
before
down.
nobody was actually concerned about that one thing until the person was like, yeah, our life sucks because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in a business with employees, like that's a big.
Yeah, I really do believe in having like a happy environment for the employees. I really want that. I work hard to make sure that they have that because it does ultimately reflect in how they make their coffee, how they talk to people. And
When you interview people for jobs, do you take that into consideration as far as?
I look for people who are more out to talk, bubbly. I look for bubbliness. A little bit of charisma is nice, but I don't always make that decision on that. That's not my only way of looking at things, but yeah, it does help because people we've hired before is like scared to answer the phone. Like,
Right.
oh, like you got to
Not
answer
only
the
that.
phone.
Yeah,
Or like,
that's a
what?
big-
I don't
that's a
want to
big
have
part
to
of the
answer the
job.
phone.
Like
you
a
know?
job interview too, like you're going to see that person at their peak. Like that's the highest they will perform for you as far as a job goes. So if they show up to that, this is the most I'll ever give you, looking sloppy,
Right.
poor attitude, kind of tired. I was like, well, you should expect a lot worse than that once they're hired. Same way if they come in and they look like an all-star and they're, like, whoa, this person's going to save my company.
Right.
They might not, and it's probably going to be a lot less than that, but
But started up there. With
at least
that,
you know where the bar is,
Right.
the
Yeah.
top anyway.
Yeah. Do you ever have any like questions that you specifically ask, like that kind of give you that insight into people, or is it kind of? I mean, with the I don't know how it works
with the
so-
interviews. No, I don't have any particular questions that like make me see that they are like. I guess
What about
do.
red flags? Any red flags where you're like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially if they talk about like their past jobs and they're like, well, it wasn't me, it was this person always caused drama, and and then at this place it was because that person was causing drama. And it's like, I'm starting to pick up on a pattern
Right.
here.
And then they end up saying, "And I can't stand drama," but
Whenever
they actually
you
do.
find out that they can't even like, if they have trouble criticizing themselves, that's a hard thing to like be able to manage. Is somebody who can't like accept criticism of their own work.
Yeah, that is very tough, and that's a maturity factor. A lot of young people can't or have a hard time taking criticism. But whenever we're doing interviews, we just go over like the basics of like if they do know anything, how do they work with the team, and usually those questions are answered in what they think I want to hear. So I don't put a whole lot of merit into it, but
Yeah, which is it's funny you say that they answer it the way that they think you want, which is and I've said it in different interviews for mainly school stuff, and they're like bring in a panel and so I'll sit there and I'm like, well, hold on, can I ask a question? And like just think of something completely random that there's no way they could prepare to answer that for, and it might be I know one of them was the question was, if you were in a box of crayons, you're a new color or an old color, what color would you be and why? And it's a simple question, but so many people are like,
that's a weird one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Now,
And so like
those questions are pretty common in like high level jobs.
Well, and the first time I did it, like the principal at the school, like she was like, tread lightly, because I didn't tell her what I was going to ask, and so ended up getting put on the like sheet to ask questions, because after like 10 people, you start seeing how they answered could answer a lot of questions.
They'll tell you who's a critical thinker.
Yeah, if they say, oh, blue because it's my favorite color,
That's not that critical.
No, but if they say
something crazy like aquamarine because it really blends in and meshes well with these colors and those colors, and it really
And I grew up on the water and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
works cohesively with all the other colors in the box kind of thing.
That's a
or
big like
black because it's the most important. It outlines anything else in the picture.
And like if I hear that as an interviewer, I'm like, that guy can think. He can think outside of what he thinks I want to hear.
Yeah.
So that's always something like.
That's a very good question.
High level jobs actually they use a lot of those type of questions, critical thinking questions like, why is a manhole lid round?
Right.
Why, if you were to walk 1 mile south and 1 mile east and 1 mile north, and you're standing in the same spot, where did you start?
Yeah. And mainly, if I ask you that, I want to see, like, one, can you answer it, even if it's right or wrong, because that's a complex, you're going.
Let's see, you work through the
Right,
problem.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Is there merit to honesty in that moment where it's like, if you ask me the manhole question and I go, honestly, I couldn't tell you, but I'd love to learn. Like,
I would take that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's
I
an
would
honest
take
answer.
that as somebody who doesn't want to work out problems. If I heard that answer,
really?
if I heard,
Because
the
I was trying to work it
answer-
out in my head just now, and I just don't have. I guess
Yeah.
I'm not a physics person.
But
Like,
you would
yeah.
kind of like verbally work that stuff out, not just think about it for a second and be like, I don't know.
Well, see,
That's
if you
my
answered
answer.
it like that, like,
yeah, I would say,
could
I would
take
say,
the
you know,
honesty.
honestly, I'll answer it now. You know, honestly, I don't know why it's round, but it's got to do something with the pressure. And I mean, I'm not a civil engineer, but I would actually be very interested in learning why.
I think
Yeah.
that sounds like a good answer.
But I'm not working
Yeah,
through the
it's-
problem in that scenario.
It's transparent.
The only- yeah,
I
that's
can-
what I'm
I can
saying, it's
respect
honest,
The
yeah.
honesty of not just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know, and this is why I don't know. I can take that before.
Yeah.
What would really pique my interest is if you were working out why it's not any other shape. Like, well, it can't be a triangle because, you know, it wouldn't work this way. If you go to take the lid off and put it back on there,
Right.
you're more likely to have that lid fall through the hole and in.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And then eventually you could work around. It'll be like, oh, it's a circle because that keeps it from falling in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd take both of those.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the job too. But like,
Yeah.
I would hold the honesty higher than just I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm going to learn.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
because in any business, you're going to do things you don't know. And if you don't know and you're okay with it, like, obviously you don't want them working there, but if you don't know and you're going to find out, yeah, come on, like, we can work
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
So that's
Entry level jobs, those questions aren't kind of as important. But if you're looking for like a CEO, CFO,
yeah, yeah.
you know, high level, you're talking about a person who's controlling large parts of a large company.
Yeah.
You want that person
Right.
to be like, no, I'm thinking through everything you say to
Yeah.
me.
That's
From
true.
from every angle of
Yeah.
It's probably 4 or 5 interviews too. It's not just one.
And those probably filled with questions like that. And
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I've heard of those questions being used as like for jobs that pertain to Google, Tesla, SpaceX, Amazon,
Yeah.
the big tech companies.
So tell me what y'all think about this, and then we'll probably have to wrap it up. We're at 2 hours, close to. I found this little hack when I first moved to Ellisville, and it was totally on accident. It was really out of desperation because I had some money when I went to Ellisville and, you know, spent it with rent and food. I mean, I wasn't doing anything crazy, but I needed a job. I was playing soccer, but I needed a job to have money until the end of semester because that's when they would give me my
Right.
soccer money. And I just one day just woke up and walked down the street to the corner market I could see from my house. And I walked in and I said, hey, who is the manager? And they were like, oh, it's this guy. I was like, is he around? They're like, yeah, we'll go grab him. Went and grabbed the manager. I was like, hey, I live in that house over there. Is there anything I can do? Like, are you hiring? Blah, blah, blah. He said, actually, you can start right now if you want. I need help in the back. And literally went and got me a corner market shirt, little green polo. And he's like, we'll do the paperwork tomorrow and I'll make sure you get paid, but let's go. And I started working that day. And from then on, I'd never put in an application for a job. And the way I was looking at it was, okay, I can walk in and be that person who says, hey, can I put in an application? And they'll give me the paper and I'll fill it out. But if I just go ask for the manager, number one, I'm going to find out if they're even hiring. Am I going to waste my time with the application? Mm-hmm. Number two, almost every single time, I would say 7 out of 10 times that I did it, I got hired that day. And that was just kind of my method. And then when I got hired on the TV show, I did the same thing. They had an ad on LinkedIn for a camera operator for a TV show in Mobile. And I looked up the show. I looked up where they were based and their address. And I just drove there. I told Caitlin, I was like, I'll be back. I'm going to go see if I can get this job. I drove there, walked in, talked to this lady, Kathleen, at the desk. I was like, hey, I need to talk to the boss. They're like, you mean Danny? I said, yep, Danny. And I went to Danny's office and I basically was like, look, I've been doing videos for this long. I've done this. I saw the ad. He was like, well, did you fill out the application? I said, nope, I'm here. I'm ready. And he said, well, give me a second. Went and he had like an office manager who like, you know, handled that kind of stuff. And she interviewed me like that very moment. And I came and worked the next day. And then I was with that show for 3 years. But I don't know. Like, that's probably a little more rebellious. Like, you should go through the proper channels. But to me, it's just like, well, let me just go to the head and present myself. And if it doesn't work out, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean, but with that, I mean, that's kind of, that shows a little bit of like almost not taking no for an answer type thing. Like,
Maybe, yeah.
I'm showing up, I'm here, like you said, I'm ready to go now. You know?
But see, Stephanie, and I love Stephanie Greenwood, but she didn't like it.
Yeah. And some people don't.
She was the one that she was the one he went and got to pull in. Danny loved it. He was like, the fact that you just walked in here, I was like, you're hired. I just need to go check with Stephanie and let her do her due diligence. And then she made me do the application. It's like, okay, fill it out. There you go. Started talking. But yeah, the next day I came to work. But
yeah, I mean, that's
some personality types wouldn't like that though.
Yeah. Now I've hired one time I hired a DoorDasher that came in, and she was just had just this great aura about her, just so happy and a great smile. And we were short-handed, and I was actually working, and I mean we were busy, but she just caught my attention, and I was like, hey, do you need a job since you're door dashing? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, come here and work. And she actually had been a barista at one point at another location. But yeah, I thought that was pretty.
So you snagged her without her even asking.
Yeah,
I love that.
You can do that, and it does work out. I mean,
I've gotten a couple of jobs in the past, just be standing in the right room at the right time, and some guy walked in and was like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. Do you want to get paid? And I was like, yes, come with me. And then next thing you know, I was working at that company. Yeah.
That's so wild, isn't
but
it?
which is like, that's a different mindset, you know.
Yeah.
That you didn't even ask what.
Yeah.
You just said, do you want to make money? Yeah. All right, let's go. And like,
So
that's a different.
Yeah, I was after Katrina, and everything was, destroyed, wrecked.
Right.
We was all home. I was at a buddy's house, and my buddy's dad's friend was like, hey, what are you boys doing? I'm like, well, nothing, because there's nothing to do. It's like, well, I got a job for you. Come on.
Yeah, and you just go and like, and I think that holds merit. What you talking about the corner market? You just showed up. You worked without knowing that you might not even get paid, and like to me, like
I mean, it was like a chain grocery store,
still,
so
like,
I felt pretty confident that the guy wasn't just gonna
But the guy was like, we'll figure it all out later, but come work now.
His name was
And,
Kelly. I remember that.
Yeah, most kids now, like especially that age, they're gonna ask questions. Well, when do I get paid?
I actually
Which
think I
that's
had to go
another-
back to my house because I was wearing like Chacos. They were
Get
big
some-
at the time.
some closed-toe
He was
shoes.
like, "Can you go put some closed-toe shoes on?" I was like, "Yeah," and I'll be able to lock my house because it was literally like he knew the house too. He was like, "Oh, you live over there?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He said, "Well, I mean, go get some shoes on. Let's get to work."
Yeah.
I think the first day I was doing produce. I was like unloading pallets of produce and putting them up. But that's funny that we're talking about this, and we'll wrap on this, I think. But the whole thing that keeps me going in the entrepreneurial mindset is knowing how easy it is to go get a job. Because I'm like, look, if things are just so bad that I can't pay my bills, I can't figure it out, and it's just not working, I know for a fact I can walk into Walt Massey right now and it might not be their top salesman because they've got those guys that have been there for 10, 15 years, but I will work my way up very fast.
Right.
No.
I just have the confidence that like I'm capable, I guess, of not only getting the job, but then being good at it. I mean, if it came down to it, I'm sure Savannah might give me a little part-time gig. I can barista a little bit. John's like, no,
Well,
not happening.
Yeah, you're a people person too, so like that's they get you in there and you start talking to people and.
Yeah, so I'd rather take a chance on doing my own thing with the knowing that like, hey, I can get a job if I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually offered a really big job in Pascagoula as a videographer for a big company, and the guy had been doing it for 30 years. And you probably guess who it is. It's a big thing. Like everybody in Lucedale works for him. Employs
Ingalls?
half the people.
Huntington's Inc.
There you go.
Yeah.
Somebody like that. And I turned it down because I was like, do I really want to drive to Pascagoula every single day
You just move there. I mean,
to make videos, though, about what?
But then you got to smell the pogey.
Yes, another pogey.
Yeah, that pogey.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're doing all right.
yeah, I mean, the salary was great. The benefits are out of this world. It's
But
like,
that takes away some of your creativity too, though.
Yeah.
When you get in a job like that.
The last job I lost, it kept giving me like raises trying to get me to stay. And
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I think we were up to like 3 raises by the time I finally was like, no, I can't come back next month. I'm sorry. I was like, I got a coffee shop to run.
Yeah.
But it was a very specialized job. Yeah. And it was littered with people who were unpredictable and
Yeah.
alcoholics and
Drug
addicts.
Yeah,
So in like a labor pool like that, it's really easy to shine to the top, just not showing up on drugs or alcohol every day. Or
You're already in the top 1%.
Just showing up every week in general puts you in like the top 20%.
Jeez.
Get some raises.
Yeah.
Hey, so anybody out there who wants to get into, was it fiber optics or construction?
Underground drilling.
Horizontal directional drilling.
Yeah,
But
anybody
it
wants to
was
get into that.
underground construction. Yeah, but it's not an easy field to like start out in. Like, it's crappy pay, extremely hard labor, and you do that extremely hard labor for really crappy pay for years before maybe somebody gives you a shot on a piece of machinery.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brothers do all the hard laboring, but they're the same way. They show up on time, not on drugs, and they're like foremen and bosses, I guess, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If the job really sucks, it's really easy to look great in it.
Yeah, so pretty much just don't show up on drugs or alcohol,
Just
and
show
you should
up.
be all right at a job.
Heck, just show up.
It's just show
just
up.
show up. Oh, just
Alcohol and drugs, if you have to, but just make sure you're there and
show
you're
up.
good.
Just show up and do your job.
Dude, that's how landscaping in Hattiesburg was. Fred would hire a guy, and he would be so good, like working hard because we get paid weekly there,
Right.
and it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't cash, but it was like at the end of Friday, you would come back to the office and everybody would like almost get in line, and Fred would sit there and write you a check.
Yeah.
And he would do it at 3. That way you could make it to your bank or your liquor store to cash it. And I remember these guys would come and I'd be like, dude, that guy Matt is like killing it. He said, he won't be back next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the dude never showed up
I can't
again.
tell you how many times I've seen somebody show up on a Monday and then Friday
Yeah.
they got that paycheck and you never seen them again.
Now these Matt characters, you would see them again, but it'd be in a few months.
Yeah.
And Fred would know. He would like, yeah, we probably got him for a week, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
He's going to use that
works
shovel.
hard.
He's going to work hard for this week. But anyway, guys, I think that's good. You good, Savannah? I think that's good to wrap this episode up. We went pretty 2 hour. You were one of our 2 hour episodes. We don't have a lot of those.
Nice.
My bad.
No, you're good, man. It can't be worse than old Mikey. Man, I told him, he'll watch this. I told him on the radio, I was like, dude, I had to cut you off. Had to cut you off.
How'd I
The
know
dude's
that?
a
talker.
talker.
No, it was actually funny. That camera went dead, his camera. And I was like, hey, perfect time to wrap. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you go to opossumcoffeecompany.com to get all the best coffee in the world.
Thank you.
We're actually going to go get a cup right now so he can experience it at the coffee shop. And we will see you in the next episode. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.